Let's do this. We're back at it here on a Monday morning, the Cotter and Marshall Show. Please, if you can, join the stream. Hang out with the Horde every morning. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can watch the show. While you're hanging out there on the stream, like, follow, and subscribe. As always, listen to the show. Download the app for free. We're on your in-home smart speaker, and there's always the website, which is rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning, man.
It's hoodie weather, bro. It's hoodie weather. I'm joining the Hoodie Express. Choo-choo.
Is this your first hoodie of the fall? Not counting your Belichick style, short sleeve.
Yeah, my short sleeve hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first full sleeved hoodie. Showing it off on the live stream. Of the season. I feel really good about it. It's 52 degrees outside. I deserve this hoodie.
It was chilly. I got up. I'm like, why is it so cold?
And don't get me wrong. I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing shorts, tennies, and, just my hoodie. But I feel great about it. Good choice this morning.
Had a good weekend, man. Went to Over Yonder. It is now my wife and I's favorite spot to go hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Anders Thompson Trio played. Of course, they're with Damon and the S-Kickers. A little side action going on.
Yeah, so it's everyone but Damon.
Everybody. Well, I don't even know. I think it might have just been Anders and then a couple of just people randomly playing. But anyway, that was a lot of fun, man. If you haven't gone, just go check out Over Yonder. Just a cool place to hang out.
Yeah, speaking of Over Yonder, we'll actually have Chris from Over Yonder on for Beer for Breakfast this Friday.
Yeah, I talked to him about that before I left. He's like, so what are we doing? I'm like, we're just going to hang out and drink beer. He's like, okay, good. I'm in. This will be fun. It'll be a good time. All right, coming up on the show today, we've got Dude of the Week death match to get to. Hopefully, go 2 weeks in a row, giving away some of our boss's money with a big Money Monday. We're going to tease up Torture Tuesday, tell you what's going down tomorrow. The Box of Mysteries is back. Taking your calls, comments, and text. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? How bad were you? And what was it? Tell us. We'll take those calls, comments, and texts top of the 7 o'clock hour. And, of course, kick off the show with About Last Night. Conor McGregor, dude can't keep his fist to himself.
Nope.
Packers and Bears, sorry. But we called an audible. Got to play this audio.
It's assault.
It's awesome is what it is. And we'll kick off the show next. William Shatner, George Takei do not like each other. Shots have been fired back and forth from each. We'll start with About Last Night, story number 1, after Pop Evil. This is Survivor. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Heather, good morning. Thanks for joining us nice and early on this wonderful Monday of ours. We're doing 5 new shows this week. You're welcome.
What?
Yeah, we're trying real hard this week. 5 new shows this week.
Is that in our contract? I don't know.
Not lately. Not for the last couple of months. But, we got Chris Moody coming in from Mood Rights and Over Yonder. He'll be our guest on Beer for Breakfast this week. Lauren Wolverton from Connect Savannah will be joining us on Friday as well for the very first edition of What Are We Doing? That's a new bit we're doing where we're kind of tell you what's going down each and every weekend with Lauren. Mac will be back tomorrow with Chicks on Dudes, so we have a bit of a loaded week, and I think we may have Ayron Jones, who's playing this coming Saturday at District Live, on the show as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Working to set up a Zoom call with him. So, yeah, like I said, loaded week.
I like it.
Loaded.
I like it.
Loaded. So I watched Halloween Kills on Friday night, which is the day I guess it came out. Halloween Kills is the second movie in the new trilogy of Halloween films. It came out in theaters and on Peacock. It is pretty okay compared to the first film.
That's what I keep hearing. I didn't get to it over the weekend. Wife really has no desire to watch it, so it's something I'll probably watch this week. But yeah, the reviews have been very, I don't want to say mixed. I don't know if I've heard anybody go, it is a damn good movie. Most people are like, it's okay.
Yeah, you really don't see a whole lot of, wow, this is an amazing film. I just almost felt like it was kind of like a two-piece Halloween story, and they made him do like a trilogy.
Yeah.
So this was kind of like this takes place immediately after the first film, and really just kind of covers like a day, like one day.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it kind of just covers the immediate proceedings. I feel like there's like one of the overarching stories just feels like filler. It really doesn't mean much to the series overall.
Morning, Jeff.
So yeah, so it doesn't exactly feel right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I'm still gonna watch it. Morning, Charles. Piss off world. Good morning. Heather, weekend was good. Hung out with the wife. It was just kind of a nice weekend. Did watch, so Netflix got The Movies That Made Us, which is just a series. It's like, 45-minute documentary about films, and they get people involved. Well, they released around for Halloween, they released some like horror movies that made us.
Yeah, I saw that come out over the weekend.
So I watched that. Those are fun. I like those.
So instead of watching Halloween movies, you just watch documentaries.
I watch documentaries about Halloween, about Friday the 13th, The Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
They also got Alien, which I didn't watch because obviously the wife was home. And then RoboCop, because I may have seen RoboCop once. I just don't care enough.
Yeah, I never really loved the RoboCop series as much as everyone else did.
Nope. All right, guys, got about 25. Be right back. So Star Trek co-stars William Shatner and George Takei have hated each other for about the past 50 years, and shots were exchanged recently after Shatner went into space. Story number one about last night. So yeah, George Takei, William Shatner, of course, Star Trek co-stars, original TV series, the original films. They really haven't got along for like 50 years.
Honestly, I had no idea this rivalry between these two gentlemen was a thing until, this very tweet.
I know. So Takei, he took shots at Shatner after his recent flight into space, basically calling him a guinea pig. He said, 90 years old is going to show a great deal more in the wear and tear of the human body, so he'll be a good specimen to study, although he's not the fittest specimen at 90 years old, so he'll be a specimen that's unfit. And then Takei kind of paraphrased the whole Star Trek motto when talking about Shatner's journey into space. He's boldly going where other people have gone before.
He's just really salty with this tweet. Well, good old William Shatner replied back via the Twitter, because two grown men who could have obviously got on the phone with one another, who were like 90 years old. I mean, both of them are very
yes.
The fact that they can even use Twitter is actually pretty outstanding. Well, William Shatner responded via the Twitter. Don't hate George. The only time he gets press was when he talks bad about me. He claims 50 years ago I took away a camera angle that denied him 30 more seconds of primetime TV. I'm giving it back to him now by letting him spew his hatred for the world to see.
And because George Takei usually is very positive on social media.
He's a very positive guy. He fights for LGBTQ rights, and he's an activist. And overall, I always thought George was just a very positive guy. And then, he comes out of left field. At least for me, I didn't know these guys had a beef. But, I mean, they have a beef.
Do you have any sort of grudge against anybody that you've been holding on to for years?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Am I an American? Yes, I am. I hold grudges just as good as anyone else. But this is, I don't know if I've actually really let the hatred of those grudges really come out. Not like what George Takei's doing. Maybe because he's like at the end of his life, or like on the back half of his life. Right. He's just letting it loose.
He is. He doesn't
like it.
He doesn't care. Now, I guess Takei accused Shatner of ignoring him on set and then changing the script of Star Trek V, because Takei was supposed to receive command of the ship. And he's mad that he never got that on a fake ship in a movie.
Still hold on to that, huh? Wow.
All right, talk about grudges. Packers and Bears, they hate each other. And Aaron Rodgers, he thinks he owns the Bears. We got that coming up next with About Last Night, Story 2. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Heather, Marshall, did y'all buy a new Jeep? That is a loaded question. So, what we found out over the weekends, my wife really does like Jeeps. We went to go look at a Jeep Compass Latitude or Altitude. There's like two different versions. Anyway, long story, to answer your question, no, we didn't buy any vehicle. We did test drive multiple vehicles over the weekend, and kind of what we came down to is the market for used vehicles is so ridiculously overpriced at the moment.
Yeah.
We've decided to just buy a new car because with a new car, obviously you get a brand new vehicle with a brand new, like you get the entire warranty based upon it, and you're paying just about the same.
Yeah.
It's sort of ridiculous. So I think what's going to happen is we've reached out to company for a vehicle, and we're just waiting to hear back from them. So the goal is to like order a vehicle and then hopefully get it, here sooner than later. So
yeah, I get that.
It's ridiculous. Like the Jeep we were looking at was a 2019, and it was like fully loaded. It had like all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And, we price checked it across another Jeep that was not fully loaded. And they were like oddly too close in price, like only like $2,000 separation. And they were like, well, why would we go with the not loaded one compared to the loaded one? And then we looked at a new one. We're like, that's only a couple grand more, like $3 or $4 grand more. I'm like, why are we doing that? Like, it seemed stupid. So, but we went out and we actually test drove a bunch of like SUVs just to make sure we were getting the vehicles we liked. So I think it came down to like just ordering a Hyundai Tucson, like a brand new Hyundai Tucson. And then we really liked the Kia Sportage.
Okay.
Kia Sportage is just the equivalent of like kind of the Tucson. So I really like those two vehicles. So I don't know. We haven't done anything yet, but we've gone out and we've done all the stupid car stuff. I spent hours and hours and hours between Friday and at this very moment. So it's been a big pain in the ass.
I had a flashback on the way to work this morning. So I'm driving in, 5:16. I get a little message on my dashboard. Light fires up, and I went, no. Okay, it's so many issues with the Equinox, with the check engine light and problems.
We drove by a lot of Equinoxes. I go, absolutely not.
Don't get those.
Yeah.
Low tire pressure is all it was. So
yeah, it's the first cold day of the season.
I know. There was a moment of panic, and then there's just a complete sense of relief because I'm like, don't, you mother, don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I got in. I've been borrowing the Rock 1061 vehicle last couple of days, and it was low tire pressure on there right when I got in this morning, too. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's because of the cold temperatures, so I'll give it a little bit, see what happens, put some air in it. I will say, though, the Equinox told me what tire was low. Mm-hmm. This one is just like a crapshoot. Just like low tire pressure. So I'm like, I don't know. Gotta make sure I get a gauge.
Morning, Wanda.
Morning, Wanda.
Charles says, man up, get a Dodge Ram. It's not for me. And I don't think you'd want to see my wife driving a Dodge Ram on the roadways. Probably endanger your life. All right, guys, just a heads up for our question of the day. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? Feel free to drop in your answers in the chat this morning. Once again, our call-in, have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you didn't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? Feel free to drop in your stories on the stream. Yeah, I got to watching Midnight Mass. I know it's a series that we've kind of talked about on the stream a couple times, but I wound up watching a couple episodes last night, and the series is a little crazy.
Is it good?
Is a little crazy, yeah. I've watched. It's only 7 episodes long, and I watched 3 episodes yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
In between, dinner and bedtime and whatever, and it's not what I was expecting it to be, and it was a little different. It was a little bit more on the paranormal side, I guess.
Okay.
Than what I was thinking, but it's pretty cool. I like what I've seen.
Okay, I'm gonna use this instead. Pre-edited audio of Aaron Rodgers, so I know it's good.
Midnight Mass is on my to-do list. We sucked it. Yeah, Squid Game is incredible. You're gonna love Squid Game. Yeah, once you get to the end, it's incredible. Yeah, watch Midnight Mass, and then also watch. Speaking of watching stuff, You Season 3 came out over the weekend, so I still need to watch that. And then what else? There was something else that came over the weekend. Oh, there's I think it's this coming weekend. Lock and Key Season 2 comes out too. So all sorts of stuff to check out on Netflix right now. They got all the things.
Yeah, season 1 of that show is really fun. All right, got about 2.5 minutes. Going to get into this Aaron Rodgers story. So Katie Seagal, of course, probably best known for Married with Children, was hit by a car on Thursday, crossing the street in L.A., where she was clipped by a Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Driver stopped to help. She was taken to the hospital briefly for treatment. But the best thing was her husband, Kurt Sutter, who is the guy who created Sons of Anarchy, said, quote, "She's the only one bringing in money right now, so I'll be picking her up from the hospital later, taking her to that Dancing with the Stars audition. # fingers crossed." That's pretty funny. She's actually on The Conners right now. She's a new character that I guess married the John Goodman character.
Yeah, I can't believe The Conners is still going. I mean, Roseanne appeared on the first season and then was booted off for some crazy stuff she said. And then that thing is on season 4. It's crazy.
Yeah, I did not expect that thing to last this long.
Yeah, I did not either. So great news for all Atlanta Falcons fans this past weekend. The Falcons won. And by one, I mean it was a bye week, mostly. So congratulations to the Falcons for not losing. Technically won.
Does it count?
Does it? I don't know. But the good news is the Atlanta Braves are really good. Turns out the Atlanta Braves, we weren't sure pretty much the entire year up until the past couple days. The Atlanta Braves are really, really good at baseball. And we'll talk about that later in the show. But there is someone that is, well, at least close to the Atlanta area, Cam Newton, who published a video on his YouTube channel on Sunday. He has announced that he has officially got vaccinated.
Okay.
And he wants to come back to playing football. Now, Cam is not.
We got about 10 seconds.
Hasn't been very good at football, but he apparently is ready to come back and play.
All right.
Probably for the Falcons.
We'll be right back, guys. Marshall, I'm not sure you're aware of this, but Aaron Rodgers owns you.
Yeah.
He owns you.
Uh-huh.
We've got that story coming up next about last night. Definitely calling an audible for story number 2 about last night. This popped up and dude, we got to cover it. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers, came to Soldier Field, take on the Bears yesterday. Now, going into this game, Rodgers, 20-5 against the Chicago Bears.
10-3, I think, at Soldier Field as of yesterday prior to that game.
So the odds were good that they'd pick up a victory, and they did. It was the fourth quarter. Under 5 minutes to go. Green Bay was up 17-14. The Packers had the ball about the Bears' 10-yard line.
Rodgers snaps it quick. Pressure coming. Scrambles to his right. Pumps and runs. Aaron Rodgers is inside the pylon. Touchdown Packers. It's Rodgers running for the score.
Sometimes you black out on the field. In a good way. I definitely blacked out from a concussion, which isn't a good way. But I looked up in the stands, and in the front row, all I saw was a woman giving me the double bird. So I'm not sure exactly what came out of my mouth next.
Aaron Rodgers' actions yesterday were disgusting. The NFL has created, I've made an emphasis on the whole taunting rule, but you can't taunt a player the moment after they do a catch. But Aaron Rodgers taunted the entirety of Soldier Field.
Yeah, he did.
So it's utterly disgusting that the NFL hasn't done anything at this point. The NFL should make a move on Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I'm not judge. I'm not jury. I'm not executioner. I mean, should they suspend him? Probably. Should they fine him? Absolutely. But I mean, there were kids watching, Cotter.
Yeah,
there were kids watching.
There were.
There was kids in the stands.
Yep.
Now, one lady's actions shouldn't determine how you react to 60,000 people in a stadium and dropping an F-bomb. Utterly disgusting. It's disgusting. It's assault. And people should sue. And honestly, I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers on my television ever again. And he should never be allowed in Soldier Field again. I mean, once again, dropping an F-bomb. And saying those words, malicious, assault. Assault is what I would say, Cotter. And it's something the NFL should take a look at. And like I said, disgusting.
Now, interesting angle. Now, chances are he's not going to be with the Packers next season. So he's going to be out of the division anyway. But, I mean, can the Bears, come up with some weird excuse and be like, he is officially banned. He cannot set foot in Soldier Field ever again.
Yeah, they could. But he's probably going to play for at least a couple more years.
Yeah.
No, it was just, going into that game as a Chicago Bears fan, I knew I was going to lose. I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. He set the precedent. He's really good at football. I think everyone knows that. The Green Bay Packers somehow always get to that NFC Championship game every year, and they lose somehow, which is the shining lights, the rainbow at the end of every single season when the Packers get knocked out. But, yesterday was gross. It's disgusting.
All right, one more story to go and about last night. Conor McGregor can't keep his hands to himself. We got that after Stained. Here's Mud Shovel, Cotter and Marshall. Rock 106.1.
Disgusting.
He was very passionate about it, too. I mean, there was no holding back.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. I mean, it was, even at that, it wasn't a blowout or anything. It was 17-14 at that point. It was late into the fourth quarter, so the game was really good, and even for rookie quarterback, Justin Fields, I mean, and if you watch the game, you can go in and complain about the refs and everything. There was some egregious moments. I mean, you could just go back and you can Google the Bears game from yesterday, and I mean, the Bears got absolutely screwed on a couple calls that were just ridiculous. But yeah, it was actually a really good game up until, that capper that kind of locked in the victory for the Packers there.
Yeah. All right.
So, like I was saying, it looks like Cam Newton's wanting to come back. He said, let's see, Cam Newton was released by the Patriots earlier this year. He missed 3 practices because of what the Patriots called a COVID-19 protocol misunderstanding. Although Coach Bill Belichick says Newton's vaccination status didn't factor into the decision to release him. So, looks like Cam Newton's looking to come back. It seems like a obvious choice for a team that is probably in need of a backup at some point.
Right.
It looks like Baker Mayfield actually may be injured. I was watching the Browns game yesterday, and he got hammered to the ground. It was ugly. He came back for one series, and they realized, oh yeah, that's actually probably a terrible decision. Let's get Baker. Let's get Baker out of there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yes. Ram. So just in time for Halloween as well, Heinz is selling tomato blood costumes kits for kids. $20. Each kit comes with a normal 20-ounce bottle of Heinz ketchup, except the label says tomato blood. You also get a makeup palette, brushes, makeup sponge, eyedropper, tattoos, rhinestones, vampire teeth, false eyelashes. $20. We want to be tomato blood for Halloween.
Tomato blood. That's it? That's all you get?
Heinz tomato blood.
Wow. I don't feel like that's worth it.
No, not for $20. I'll pass. Definitely pass.
Marshall, you just mad because the Bears are the Falcons of the NFC North? I don't know. We've won 3 games. I mean, I wouldn't say we're the Falcons. What's the Falcons' record? Hold on, let me check. The Falcons have won 2 games. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much, I guess we're pretty much on the level. Now, the Bears are a 500 team. They proved it 3 years in a row. We'll see if the the Bears will actually do anything about it. But yeah, we're a bad football team. Actually, we're a good football team led by idiots. Yeah, so You Season 3 came out. I know Mac binged the entire season over the weekend.
Okay.
She's already watched every single episode.
We watched and we binged it, the Lost Symbol, the Dan Brown show that's on Peacock.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Is that any good?
No, don't waste your time. I mean,
But you watched every single
watched
episode.
it.
What episode did you decide that it sucked?
3, because it really deviated from the book. I mean, really. I mean, it's always going to be a little bit different. You know, Robert Langdon was played by Tom Hanks in the movies. This is a younger take on it. It's not Tom Hanks playing the role. We'll get to this in a second. We got about 15. Be right back, guys. So, question: who's the actual bigger D-bag of the weekend, Aaron Rodgers or Conor McGregor? We'll talk about that coming up next. Story 3 about last night. Story number 3 about last night. Conor McGregor can't keep his fist to himself, allegedly. An Italian DJ, Francesco
Fascinetti.
There you go.
That's how you say it.
Point to you every time.
Francesco Fascinetti.
He's claiming he and his wife are hanging out with McGregor and his fiance in Rome over the weekend when Conor just randomly threw a punch at this guy's face, breaking his nose in the process.
It seems like, I don't know, it doesn't seem right? Like an unprovoked attack from Conor McGregor. Yes, Conor McGregor's probably out 2:30 in the morning. He's probably been drinking. He has a slight history of punching at least old people in the face when he's having a couple drinks, at least when they don't want to do a shot with him. This one seems a little not right? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, he posted a video. Faccinetti posted a video showing his injuries. It does look like something happened. He said they're having fun. They were just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2:30 in the morning on Sunday. McGregor invited him to go to another party. They said, cool. And then you got sucker punch. But yeah, I kind of agree with you that it's weird because this guy very quickly said, I'm suing McGregor.
Yeah, he said that he was suing. He goes, I took a punch for nothing. That punch could go to anyone, my friends, my wife, my other friends. That's why I've decided to sue Conor McGregor because he is a violent and dangerous person. Then he also puts out like a warning for anyone else.
Yes.
He's like, if you see Conor McGregor in the Rome area, stay away from him. He is a violent person and will hurt you.
Now, it's like one of those things. Do I believe Conor McGregor would just punch somebody randomly and unprovoked? Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe somebody would take advantage of that just so they could sue and get some money? Yes, I believe that as well.
We've seen that before.
So I don't know what side I'm really on in this one yet. I need more. I need more.
Yeah, I need to see a video on it, if this happened, why this happened. I mean, everywhere there are videos, especially in nightclubs. They have to protect themselves. So that video exists out there somewhere. It'll probably come out here in the next few days.
I got to see it. All right, coming up next, tomorrow is Torture Tuesday. The Box of Mysteries is back. We'll tell you what's going down next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, as we round the corner into the last little bit of our first hour of Monday's show, quick update or quick reminder when it comes to our question of the day. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? That's our question of the day. Feel free to chime in with your answer via the stream, or you can also text us at 1-800-394-1061. If you got a phone call, you just want to avoid the whole typing incident. It could be a very long story. Call us up, 1-800-394-1061. So it came out as breaking news over the weekend that Coach O of the LSU Tigers will not be returning to the football team. This dude just won a national championship like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Which is like ridiculous. Like it's unprecedented that someone will be let go so quickly after his job, after he reached the pinnacle of success in his job. They're saying it's a strained relationship between the coach and administration rooted in team management and public and private behavior. It has warped the whole situation into something that just can't be fixed. Apparently, Ed Orgeron, he was divorcing his wife right near the end of that run where he won a national championship. Now that he's single, apparently he's a bit of a hornball.
Really?
He's too horny.
Ugh.
He horned himself right out of his job, where he just signed, apparently right after the national championship, he signed an extension of 6 years and $42 million, which I'm pretty sure, when it comes to coaches' salaries, are guaranteed.
Okay.
So he's only going to have to work like 2 of those 6 years to get that $42 million, which is probably the best payoff of all time. Now, it says that one of the straws that broke the camel's back when it came to telling Coach Orgeron to kind of hit the bricks was he was at a gas station and a lady who was wearing some workout clothes walked up. He pulled up in his vehicle and said, "Hey, we should work out together sometime." She goes, "I'm pregnant and I'm married." He goes, "What does that matter?" And then apparently that lady just happened to be married to a decision maker of the LSU like school, not like of the football program. So that's why he probably didn't know her. So yikes. Bad day at work for Coach O right there.
I've never claimed to be an attractive man, but I don't know. He just looks like it would just be a dirty old man trying to get laid, and that's frightening to me. I mean, if he's hitting on pregnant women at the gas pump.
What are you worried about? You're next?
Maybe.
Oh, Jesus
Maybe.
Christ. Thinking really highly of yourself.
Got a beer belly. I don't know. He might think I'm pregnant.
You don't know if Coach O would be after that. You don't know if he'd be into that ass.
I think you would.
Good old Coach O. Yeah. It was cool to see that. I mean, like, he's from Louisiana. That's his home state.
He is.
It was cool to see him like win the championship with LSU. But bummer to see that he's getting let go. But apparently he was like bringing women into the football facility, and maybe he just thought he could just kind of ride out a couple years.
Thought he could ride out a couple ladies.
Untouchable there at LSU. He probably still is.
All right, that is set. We got a little bit of time. I'm gonna go prep my coffee.
Okay. We got Big Money Monday coming up here at 8:30 today. If you haven't already and you want to, feel free to text us, 1-800-394-1061, first name, and then a number between 1 and 9 around 8:30. We'll have someone spin for their opportunity to win $50 cash from our boss. Here in the next couple weeks as well, we'll have some more Welcome to Rockville tickets to give away. It's going to be sooner than a couple of weeks, maybe next week. Maybe very, very soon we'll be giving away more Welcome to Rockville tickets as we get closer and closer to Welcome to Rockville this year. First year ever in Daytona. They're doing the show at Daytona Beach Speedway or Daytona Speedway. So things are going to be a lot different this year. There's going to be camping. The weather's going to be incredible for Welcome to Rockville this year. I believe they're going to be live streaming some performances from this year's Welcome to Rockville as well. So
that's cool.
If you haven't followed their social media accounts, especially their Twitch channel, you should definitely. I believe it's Danny Wimmer Presents. If you look up, if you're on watching us on Twitch, DW Presents, I think, is their channel name, and I know they're going to be streaming a bunch of crazy exclusive content from their show, which is the last Danny Wimmer show of the year until I think next year's Welcome to Rockville.
Okay. I really wish they would have kept it in November.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially, I mean, May, it's going to be, they're doing it like May 22nd through 24th in 2022. Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be pinnacle of just awful heat.
So I've rolled up to work before, and seen like the drunk lady parked there, set over by where the trees are.
Yeah.
Roll up to work today. It's 4:00. There are 3 people just standing right in front of the radio station, beers in hand, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Two of them are sitting down, look completely ass-faced. Dude just standing there. I walk past like, what's up, guys? They're like, oh. And I go inside. I'm like, door shut. Okay, good. It's locked. Thank you. Very weird. They hung out for, I would go back and check every now and then, about a good half an hour just in front of the door, drinking.
Yeah, I mean, Taste of India gets a little wild. They have pretty much they became a pool hall.
Yeah.
Taste of India. And Sunday nights, I think they have a big like pool hall-y type of thing where a ton of people have come out. Yeah, I've driven up a couple Mondays where I've seen guys like over in the corner and more roadside over there drinking beers out of their truck.
Post-gaming.
Good for them. I don't run the schedule to live that late night life anymore.
Can't do that. Kidding me? Kidding me?
All right, guys, just another reminder, question of the day. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? Feel free to give us a call if you got a story. 1-800-394-1061. You can also text us on that line. You can drop your story into the stream.
All right, got about a minute and a half. Give you details about Torture Tuesday tomorrow.
Got Due to the Week coming up here, top the 8 o'clock hour as well. It's between a blind trumpeter and a girl who gave up a kidney to a guy she barely knows. They're both very interesting stories.
Yes.
We'll share them with you here. Once again, top the 8 o'clock hour, but you're going to be able to vote on Due to the Week coming up here in just a little while. Wanda says Tony left for work around 4 and someone was trying to talk to him right at the corner of our road.
Interesting. Was it somebody he recognized or just some random person?
How's your house hunting going, Wanda? Have you found a spot yet? Wanda says, nope, some rando.
Ew.
You said you have audio for the Vince Neil story?
Yeah, we can listen to it and make sure it's okay. I don't know what it is, but it said it was a reaction to his fall or whatever. All right, guys, We'll be right back. It is Torture Tuesday season on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Tomorrow, Torture Tuesday is back. We've talked about doing something with mousetraps for years. I mean, dating back to the work release program when we were doing afternoons. So tomorrow, we've got the Box of Mysteries Mousetrap Edition.
Okay.
I went and I bought 14 Victor, the cream of the crop when it comes to mousetraps. We got 14 of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the Box of Mysteries. We're going to have the wheel down as well. So at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to ask you some trivia questions that will be mouse-related.
Okay.
You get it right, you get a pass.
So I should bone up on my mouse-related trivia?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay,
I mean, and it could be about, maybe scientific questions about mice.
Sure.
Could be about mice and pop culture.
Study the anatomy of a mouse. Look up some trivia on Mousetrap, the board game.
Yes. Could be anything.
Okay.
So ask you a question. You get it right, pass. You get it wrong, you spin the wheel. The wheel will determine how many mousetraps will be in the Box of Mysteries. I got 14.
Right.
Then you'll have to reach your hand in and see what happens.
This is an interesting one. It sounds very, very painful, so I'm glad I'm doing it.
I know, me too.
Yeah, this one sounds interesting. No, I did a little research. I messaged you yesterday. I go, make sure that you purchase mousetraps, not rat traps. Rat traps have a much higher veracity to them, I think is the correct word. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow, but I don't know. I've laid out some mousetraps before, and they just sound, if they snap like on accident, they just sound painful. So I can only imagine how it'll feel on like my pinky or my thumb or any of my other fingers. This is going to be a very painful Torture Tuesday in a much different way than our previous ones.
Yeah, we've never really done something this or like this before, and I was looking into it, And they don't tell you like the amount of force these have. I guess it's a trade secret for Victor.
Which is kind of crazy.
Really weird. But they say, unlike a rat trap, which could break a finger,
Right.
they don't think, or the chances of a broken finger are low.
How long can I go out on workman's comp if I fractured a finger?
Oh, that's a good question.
On my job.
I mean, you have to use your hand. You got 2 mice over there for running computers. You got a keyboard. You've got the thing controlling the video stream.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's a lot of work over here.
You're down a finger.
With all these fingers over here.
I think you could be off the hook for a while.
We'll be gone for like 2 months.
I know. 2 months.
See you in 2022.
2 months. All right, so that's tomorrow, Torture Tuesday, top of the 8 o'clock hour. Once again, Box of Mysteries, Mousetrap Edition. Coming up after 7 o'clock, we are taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning. You can hit us up with call or text, 800-394-1061. You can also comment on the chat. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it? And how bad were you at this thing? So once again, call, comment, and text. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you didn't have to do it again? Got your stories coming up after 7. It's Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Ooh, you're putting a bid on one tomorrow. Nice. One, are you staying in the Savannah area, or are you moving out to, I think you said you wanted to possibly move out to like the Rinkin or Pooler area? All right, guys, like Cotter said, question of the day, have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? Go ahead and chime in on the chat, or feel free to give us a call at 1-800-394-1061. We're about 10 minutes away before we jump on the air with your stories on that as well.
All right, I'm going to go grab my coffee right back.
Yep, still in Savannah, not from. Oh, cool. Well, good luck. I hope you get it. Buying a house nowadays seems ridiculously difficult for the fact that everyone's just like, picking up all these properties. I want to know who are these people like trying to buy all these properties like underneath you and paying like $20,000 to $30,000 more than what the house is even listed at, which is already way higher than what it should be. I don't know. I got a lot of questions. All right, we're going to dive into the question of the day, and then we'll do some trivia. No big deal. I, for some reason, didn't think I had any trivia saved up, so I wrote 2 games last night, and it turns out I actually had 2 that I never used here at the radio station, so I am loaded with the trivia games for like the next week or so. And it seems like people have been trending to playing me a lot over the last like 2 or 3 weeks, which I'm totally fine with. I don't have to write games as much, which is so cool. But yeah, I've got like 4 games kind of like locked and loaded. I didn't even realize I had that many kind of in the can already. So good for me.
So, of course, we're getting the new Matrix movie at the end of the year.
Yeah, it comes out on HBO Max, I believe.
You got somebody else playing the Morpheus character. Now, it has come out saying this is definitely a different iteration of the character. I play a character who's definitely aware of the history of the Matrix and the history of Morpheus. The character is on a journey of self-discovery. There's a lot in her stories about growth, defining her own path, and Morpheus isn't exempt from that. So everybody's doing a whole new timeline in every movie. Marvel, DC, Matrix. It's all a new timeline.
I really want to check out the Matrix movie, and I think it comes out Christmas. Does it say the release date there?
It does not, but yeah, I think it's right around Christmas. I'm just really Ghostbusters, man. Give me Ghostbusters.
December 22nd is when the new Matrix film comes out. Resurrections. Dune comes out this week as well, and I think that's another one of those HBO Max releases, although they the directors and actors fought like hell to make sure it landed in theaters only. That didn't happen.
I got no desire to see that movie, man. Just nothing. I don't know anything about the book. I know it was a movie in the 80s that flopped. I hope it does well. I don't care.
People, the way I've talked to a few people about it, and they just said it was like sci-fi geeks is like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. So
yeah,
more Lord of the Rings, I guess. But it talked about doing like a 2-movie type of deal.
Yeah. Wanda sent us the listing for the house. This is awesome, Wanda. Holy crap. Hell yeah. Get that done. That's amazing.
Send a link in the house text. Super excited because it has so much more room.
That's all. That is an awesome looking house. Best of luck. I hope you get it. That looks great.
Morning, Holly. Morning.
Ooh, nice little. Ooh, like the little porch area. Oh yeah, Wanda. Good luck.
All right, guys. Our question of the day. Andrew, thank you for dropping your story in. Our question of the day is: have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it, and how bad were you? Go ahead and drop in your stories into the chat this morning, and we're going to get to those stories here in a little less than 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I had something, a job years and years ago. I'll get into more details on the air, but I tried really hard because I hated this job, and I know my parents didn't want me to quit, so I really wanted to get fired. I guess I wasn't good enough at being bad because I never got fired.
Lana says the house is beautiful. We can go fishing because the creek is right behind us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Catch a couple 3-eyed fish like the Simpsons.
Perfect. I'll wrap up my lost symbol stuff real quick because it sucks. So it's a younger take on the character. The book, if you've read any of Dan Brown stuff, each book's identical. I mean, it's the same storyline, different situation, different secret society for Robert Langdon to overcome.
Sure.
I love them. I admit, I love the books. Movies, the Tom Hanks stuff hasn't been that good. So I had kind of high hopes for this. They can turn it into a TV series. You can stretch it out. It could be very cool. They changed it so much, took out some of the cool elements of the book. I get it. You're going to add characters, change characters. But it is definitely not worth your time. Just read the book. Just read the book. And avoid anything with Tom Hanks when it comes to Dan Brown movies because they suck too.
So avoid, what's it on? What service? Peacock? Yeah, avoid that.
The lost symbol.
So System of a Down got back together last night and played a show, one of their first shows back in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. This show happened 3 days ago. They played 30 songs. I mean, some of their songs are only 2 minutes long. So,
yeah.
But, I mean, they had a 30-song set list.
That's awesome.
And they played both of their new songs, Genocidal Humanoids and Protect the Land. But, I mean, they ended, their last couple songs were Ariel's War, Science, Toxicity, and Sugar. So, I mean, they played a 30-song set. Man, that's just crazy to me.
I've only seen him one time. It was with you when we saw him years ago at Ozfest.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see them again. So good live. So good live.
Yeah, I saw System of a Down. I think it was just twice. I think I saw them. They stopped in Peoria and they played a show with Soulfly.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it was or maybe it was, who was that? No, I think actually may have been like Korn or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I've seen them a couple times live, and yeah, System of a Down's great live. It's just trying to find them live. They play like every 4 years when they need money.
Yeah.
And then they just go back to their corners of the world, spewing hate at each other in interviews. They're such a weird band.
Yeah.
Some of those bands that last forever, like Metallica, the Chili Peppers, even go as far as saying the Rolling Stones and stuff.
Yeah.
These bands that have just been around forever. AC/DC, and just nonstop play, nonstop, put out albums. They generally never, ever talk about one another. They talk about how great it is because they are living the great life with these bands. And System of a Down, they haven't done much over the last 20 years. They haven't really put out new music other than a couple songs over the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
These guys could have made so much more money if they could just get along. It's crazy to me that these guys aren't just like, you know what? Let's just put this aside. Let's just put out an album, or let's just put out, here's a 6-song EP every 5 years even.
Right.
They just can't get it together.
When was their last album was when? 2005.
Yeah, Hypnotize, Mesmerize. So we're at 16 years now.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they've put out, since then, they have put out 2 songs.
Damn. I remember those albums coming out too, because you and I were both in Peoria at the time in Illinois when those albums came out.
Mm-hmm.
They just listened to both of them nonstop.
All right, guys. So once again, our question of the day. Feel free to drop in your stories or give us a call. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? That's our question of the day. Feel free to chime in with your stories, and we'll get to them here in about 5 minutes or so. How do you want to work this first break?
I've got, I can share mine. Go that route. Andrew gave us something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't, for whatever reason, didn't get that posted yesterday. So I can tell mine. We can hold on to Andrew's. I think that's okay. Have that first break can be a little shorter.
All right, guys, we're just getting set up for our call-in here. That'll begin in about 5 minutes. Once again, hit us up with your stories if you got a good one.
Got about 8. STP, Evanescence, then we're at it. I got trivia next hour as well, so stick around for that. We'll be talking some of the, got a couple trailers. When did they come out? Friday? Over the weekend? For Batman, The Batman, and Flash, both from DC. I would say the best looking DC trailers, I don't know. The Suicide Squad trailers were fun looking. But these are, I don't know. I was entertained by both of these trailers. The Flash one especially, because it was just pure old school Batman nostalgia, and they didn't even give you anything really. Just teasing it.
All right, guys, hit us up with your stories here on the chat, or feel free to call us up, 1-800-394-1061. You can find the question of the day in our description of the live stream. I'm going to continue on watching some classic monster movies tonight. I think I'm going to watch... what was on there? It was like Dracula, and these movies are like an hour long because they were filmed in 1934.
Yeah.
So it was like Dracula, and I think The Creature from the Black Lagoon are both free on Peacock. They're the home of the Universal monster movies anyway. So I think I'm going to watch both of those. I'm going to try to fit in like all the original creature features,
right.
Frankenstein, Dracula, Invisible Man, and go back and watch all of those leading up to Halloween.
Yeah, I'm going to get to Phantasm 3 this week. I almost, after watching the documentaries, I wanted to switch over to Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that, because I think all of those movies are on Peacock as well. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nope, I'm going to get through at least Phantasm 3. There is a fourth one that came out a couple years ago. But I may switch over to some of like just the Nightmare on Elm Streets, because it's been a long time since I've watched those. Rock 161, who's this?
Big, bald, and sexy. Happy morning.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Just got a quick story for you about being bad at something.
All right.
All right, so when I was in 8th grade, our school hired a new varsity football coach, and he decided he's going to run the Notre Dame box. And if you don't know what the Notre Dame box is,
nope,
you're too young. So, in the Notre Dame box, you have a blocking back, H-back, and in certain plays, he has to switch into quarterback. So the varsity coach saw me and told the 8th grade coach that, hey, that's your blocking back right there. He said, he's an offensive tackle. He said, no, that's your blocking back. So he wanted to groom me to become the blocking back. Well, I played line for 8 years already at this time of my life, and I like hitting people every play. Mm-hmm. Well, when you play blocking back and switch into quarterback, you don't get to do that. So I said, this sucks. I don't get to hit anybody every play. So So I just started fumbling snaps and making the wrong calls. And after about 2 days, the coach said, "Yeah, you're not good at this. Go back to line." So I was happy then.
Well, I'm glad you made that choice very early on because, yeah, I mean, the human body craves contact. We've learned this time and time again, especially for football guys. So you know what?
Exactly.
And Charles, I've met you a couple times. There's no way you would have been a great quarterback in this situation. Like just a terrible, terrible situation they put you in.
You know what? I could have played quarterback for the Bears.
Don't go there, Charles. Don't go there. You'd still lose to Aaron Rodgers. He'd own you. He would own you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks,
All
man.
right, guys,
All right,
See y'all.
see ya.
Well played, Charles. Well played.
Let's fit this into the first break and see if we can use this as a catalyst. Cotter's just going to edit this up real quick while we're kind of hanging out with you guys. So if we go quiet a little bit here, don't worry about it.
We got about 3.5 minutes. All right, so my story and then his call, or
Yeah, go do your story into his call, and then let's jump out of that first break. I got Andrew's story for 2. I could say a little something on mine.
cool.
And then we'll go from there.
All right, got about 2.5 minutes.
We're gonna be talking, like Cotter said, about talking about Batman and the Flash and everything. I'm just getting those trailers set up here for us so we can share them here later in the 8 o'clock hour in case
Cool.
you haven't seen them over the weekend.
Yeah, they're definitely worth checking out. All right, just under 2 minutes, guys. Just under 2 minutes. Because there's not enough old people, fighting with each other. Last week, Paul McCartney called the Rolling Stones a blues cover band. Don't know if you caught that.
No.
Well, Jagger responded during the band's show Thursday night in L.A. He said, quote, "There are so many celebrities here tonight. Paul McCartney is here. He's going to help us. He's going to join us in a blues cover later on." It was unclear whether he was actually at the show or not. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Why now taking shots? Because Paul McCartney, like he basically blamed John Lennon for the breakup of the Beatles.
Okay.
And then called the Stones just a blues cover band. Just old people were like, I don't care anymore. F you.
Was he just joking or what?
I don't know. I didn't get the context of the Paul McCartney stuff. But he wasn't joking about blaming the breakup on Lennon.
Right, that I understand, but like the blues cover band from the Stones, it seems kind of like out of left field
Right.
for even that. That's kind of strange. All right, guys, got 30 seconds. We'll jump on the air. We'll share your story, share that phone call that we got from Charles here on the live stream, and then we'll be back after that.
All right, guys, be right back. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? Got a call from Big, Bald, and Sexy. Also, I'm going to tell you about how I tried to get fired from a job, and I wasn't bad enough at that. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream today. If you haven't done the stream thing yet, do it. Join the horde. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. As always, like, follow, and subscribe while you're hanging out. Now, the call, comment, and text question of the day. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it? How bad were you? One of my first jobs as a child, as a youth, was the tasseling corn.
Oh, yeah.
If you weren't from the Midwest, if you don't know what it is one of the worst jobs ever. So, you get the rows of corn, the flower part that grows in the middle. Well, that's the male corn. The female corn has that as well, but you have to yank them out so they can be pollinated. Well, you have to get up at like 4 in the morning to go do this. It's over the summer. So you get there and everything's covered in dew, so you just get completely drenched. Then you get the hot sun baking down on you for the next 5 hours. Legitly a horrible job.
Yeah, growing up, I think that paid I want to say it was like a good $10 to $15 an hour. It was an amount of money that as a kid, because that's mostly who did this, it was mostly just children, they would pay out cash. It was that job that we're like, wow, that's a ton of money.
I'm older than you. My first year to tasseling was $5 an hour.
Oh.
It was stupid. So you get up and you start walking these cornfields. You're out there for hours on end. It is absolutely one of the most mind-numbing things ever. After 2 days of this, I went, no, I can't do this. But my parents were not going to allow me to quit. And I was saving up for the Nintendo as well, NES. They weren't going to buy me one. I had to buy it myself. So I'm like, all right, I can't quit. But I didn't want to do it. So I'm like, I'm going to be bad at this. Maybe they'll just fire me. Because I hated getting up. I mean, I hated it with all of my life.
Yeah.
So the next several days, because you got to pick every tassel. And they'll have people come down the rows. And if you miss stuff, they'll usually yell at you and get mad. I missed every other one for a good 2.5 days. I just didn't care. I'm like, I'm going to be so bad at this. Come 5 o'clock on Friday, I'm out the door. I'm sleeping in the rest of the time. My summer's going to be fantastic. I sucked horribly, purposely at this. For whatever reason, they would just follow me down the row. They would pull all of the tassels. They would have bundles of them when they walked out, throw them on the ground to embarrass me, but they never fired me. They never, ever fired me.
So I would just not get off the bus. I think you did it wrong. I think you did it wrong. Just like every football coach says, hey, we're gonna run off this bus. We're gonna run right through our opponent. You should have just never got off the bus, and maybe that would have given you the desirable thing that you wanted there, to be fired from your job. You actually tried too hard by getting out of the bus.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. That would have been, if I didn't get off the bus, that would have got back to my parents. I was 13 at the time. That got back to my parents. I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
I just figured if I sucked bad enough, they fire me. No, they didn't fire me. So I went back to, not sucking as bad and just kept the job all summer. Got the NES at the end.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you get Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt?
I did.
Yep.
Oh, it was so rewarding afterwards.
The pinnacle of awesomeness if you were alive in 1985.
Have you ever pretended to be so bad at something that you never had to do it again? What was it? How bad was it? Were you at it? Big, Bald, and Sexy Charles hit us up. Here's his story.
So when I was in 8th grade, our school hired a new varsity football coach, and he decided he's going to run the Notre Dame box. And if you don't know what the Notre Dame box is,
nope,
you're too young. So in the Notre Dame box, you have a blocking back, H-back, and in certain plays, he has to switch into quarterback. So the varsity coach saw me and told the 8th grade coach that, hey, that's your blocking back right there. He said, he's an offensive tackle. He said, no, that's your blocking back. So he wanted to groom me to become the blocking back. Well, I played line for 8 years already at this time of my life, and I like hitting people every play. Well, when you play blocking back and switch into quarterback, you don't get to do that. So I said, this sucks. I don't get to hit anybody every play. So I just started fumbling snaps and making the wrong calls, and after about 2 days, the coach said, yeah, you're not good at this. Go back to line. So I was happy then.
Well, I'm glad you made that choice very early on because, yeah, I mean, the human body craves contact. We've learned this time and time again, especially for football guys. So you know what? And Charles, I've met you a couple times. There's no way you would have been a great quarterback in a situation like just a terrible, terrible situation they put you in.
You know what? I could have played quarterback for the Bears.
Don't go there, Charles. Don't go there. You'd still lose to Aaron Rodgers. He'd own you. He would own you.
All right. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you didn't have to do it again? What was it? How bad were you? Hit us up with a call or text 800-394-1061. You can also comment in on the chat. More of your stories after Volbeat. This is Shotgun Blues. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
All right, guys. Good morning, everyone. Rhett, Sean,
sorry,
Thomas, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning, bright and early on a Monday morning. Got Big Money Monday coming up here in the 8 o'clock hour. If you want to have your chance at winning yourself some cash, then text us up 1-800-394-1061 with your number and your first name, number between 1 and 9. We have order 69. Keep that in mind. If 69 lands, no matter whether you picked it or not on your roll, you win $100. Yeah, double the cash. Pretty awesome. Yeah, Thomas, I'll reach out to actually all of our winners this week for Ayron Jones, but it'll be will call. Marshall, pumpkins kick ass. Oh yeah. So yesterday I it's a yearly tradition. My wife and I we carve some pumpkins and we use a website called zombiepumpkins.com. So it's like a, I don't know, I think it's like a charity-based website. They just put a bunch of like templates up, and you can, I mean, they've got hundreds and hundreds of different choices. They have Disney stuff for the kids all the way to like more gruesome, like Crypt Keeper and, you know, kind of crazier characters. So this year, my very first classic horror monster movie I watched was The Bride of Frankenstein. So I decided to do The Bride. My wife did Skeletor.
Yeah.
She loves He-Man. She watched He-Man growing up. Skeletor was one of her favorites. So actually, I got a picture right there. So those are the pumpkins that we carved just yesterday.
Yeah, those are cool.
I think last year I did the They Live. Is that what that movie's called?
With Piper?
Yeah. What's that one called?
They Live.
They Live, yeah. Yeah, I think I did the crazy looking monster guys from They Live. But yeah, we've been doing that for years and years. I actually I think it's on my desktop in my house, but I've got like years of pictures of us doing, you know, crazy pumpkin carving. But they are super cool. The thing is, like, when you carve a pumpkin, especially in the South here, like you put it outside and it like disintegrates in like 2 or 3 days. So we looked into like how you make that not happen.
Yeah.
And apparently you're supposed to soak your pumpkin in bleach water for like 30 minutes before you carve it. And then you're supposed to put it in for like a couple hours after you carve it.
Really?
And the bleach is supposed to help kill whatever.
Interesting.
On the pumpkin. So we did that. So we'll see if they actually last. So they're currently sitting in my kitchen. I don't know if I'm going to put them. I think I'm going to wait a couple days. Then I'm going to put them outside and see how long they last.
All right. So we got about a minute. Do you have a story?
Yeah, I've got a couple like short ones of stuff like growing up, pretending to be bad at. Once again, our question of the day is, have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you don't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? Tony, Sean, Rhett, if you guys got any stories, feel free to drop them into the stream. Charles, thank you so much for giving us that call earlier.
I can read, after yours, I can read, there's Jeremy's. He hit us up with one.
Yep. We'll just keep this one at 2, obviously,
yeah,
right?
that's fine. If you want to do Jeremy's,
yeah,
then
and we'll wrap up
then
with
you
Sean.
can wrap up
with Andrews.
Andrews, yeah. So, all right, yours. I got Jeremy's. You got Andrews. Out. All right, guys, be right back. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you didn't have to do it again? What was it and how bad were you? We're taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you didn't have to do it again? What was it? How bad were you?
So I never got fired from a job. Like, I never had a job like you did, like with detasseling corn, where I was trying to get fired. But there was like tasks as a child that I just hated to do. Like, I tried purposely to learn how not to mow my yard for a good month.
Yeah.
And my dad was not having it. He would just be like, you see the line that you created with the tire? He's like, just when you come back, follow that line. I'd be like, what? And I like take a hard right. I'm like, is this how you do it, Daddy? He got very upset. But eventually he made me, like, day after day, go out and mow the same patch of grass, although it was very clearly mowed and trimmed because he did it.
Right.
He made me go out and remow it and remow it and remow it until I got down the art of mowing. So that's something I try to do very badly. And another thing actually worked.
Okay.
Another story here. So I needed some extra cash because I wanted whatever the new video game console at the time is. Let's just say it was a Nintendo 64. Well, my brother said, hey, you're trying to make money for your Nintendo 64. Come work with me on this farm that's right around the corner. I go, absolutely. What are we doing today? He goes, oh, you'll see. So we get out there, and it's this big, beautiful barn, red barn. We walk in, beautiful white doors. He opens them up. He's like, this is Mrs. Crocker's barn. He goes, she has horses. We're going to clean up the mess from the horses in the barn. So what we had to do was in this barn, and it was beautiful, but it was a little bit old. It was leaking, right?
Yeah.
So it started rainstorming outside, and I had this pitchfork, and I was just shoveling horse crap from like one stall to another, and it was terrible. It smelled so bad, and I had nothing to cover my face because my brother was that type of guy, and by that type of guy I mean just a giant jerk. He didn't tell me what we were doing, and I was just dying. I think tears were literally welling down my face, but thankfully the rain was coming in at such an angle we had to stop. He's like, you're so lucky. We got to go home, and we're getting drenched. And I'm like, this is thank you, God. I don't know if I believe in God now, but I definitely believe in God at this very moment. Thank you so much. And I never went back. I just refused to get in the car with my brother for the next 6 months.
You didn't know where you're going to end up.
I'm like, nope, no way.
Not back at the farm. All right. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you didn't have to do it again? Jeremy hit us up on the chat. He said, morning, guys. I've always heard ignorance is bliss. So, of course, I once had to come inside the warehouse to help on the line. So it was putting labels on boxes, and it was so boring. So I made sure I was the slowest ever.
Right. He's the opposite of a goat.
I did it this way so they never asked me to do it again. And it worked.
Yeah, he's the WEC. He's the worst ever created. Congratulations, Jeremy. I got a couple here from the stream cotter. First, let's hit up Tony. Tony says, I have done purposely crappy massages and hope a client wouldn't return to me. Karens are real in massage and can feel like they are sucking the life from you. Ooh, that's a tough one, too. That's especially if the client's gross.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Andrew also chimed in on the stream cotter. He says, when I was a teenager, I purposely did a terrible job shoveling the snow off the driveway so that my dad would never ask me to do it again. And everyone can relate to this one, especially from us that were living up north in the earlier parts of our life. He went on to say, well, that backfired because he just made me redo it at that point. Kind of sounds a lot like me mowing the yard.
Yeah.
He goes, it was just frozen ice on that point at the driveway. So I had to use a pick and a metal shovel to get it off. So it was just more work for me. That's terrible. That's the thing you don't think about. You're not forward-sighted as a child. You're thinking exactly in that moment when you're having to do those terrible jobs.
All right, big thanks to everybody who contributed today. Have you ever pretended to be bad at something so you didn't have to do it again? If you got a story, drop us a text, 800-394-1061, or comment on the chat. Coming up next, are you smarter than a community college dropout? Going to have your chance to play. Stick around. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061. And then we can just actually solicit at the next break.
Okay.
And then
if you want to, I mean, we can also chime in with Big Money Monday or Torture Tuesday there as well.
That's fine.
Into it.
We're a little over, so I'm able to just bump that song. And yeah, we can mention Big Money Monday before it. Too. Okay. That's fine. And then just say, hey, call now for trivia.
Tony says, I feel like men pretend to be bad at housework to avoid ever having to do it. You guys can load a dishwasher correctly. I mean, I think that's what my wife does, honestly. She is one of the worst dishwasher loaders of all time. Like, I'm a big time, like, prepping your dishes before going in the dishwasher. Like, if it has visible food on it, I will rinse it into the garbage disposal and kind of wipe the food off.
Right.
My wife does not. She's like, let's just throw it in there. And I'm like, it's just going to come out with some of, like, chocolate icing stuck on the edge of that. I'm like, just wipe it off real quick.
Right.
I think she purposely does that, so I handle all the dishes in the house.
Yeah, my wife will basically clean the dishes, then put them in the dishwasher. I'm the same. I'm with you. If there's crap on it, hose it off. If there's something stuck, fine.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm not like, it doesn't have to be squeaky clean before I put it in the dishwasher.
I don't use soap or anything, but like I make sure that the dish is clean of food remnants. I guess is the best way. Tony, no luck on a car this week. Honestly, we learned a lot in the car business. I learned that if you think I'm long-winded, talk to a car salesman. But I learned a lot this weekend with cars. And currently, in the current car market, buying new is just the way to go. It just seems like that is definitely the way to go when it comes to buying a new vehicle or buying a vehicle right now.
Right. Yeah, I think I kind of lucked out finding mine when I did. Price-wise, it was good. Car-wise, I'm very happy with it. But yeah, I mean, we hit up a couple different places, and then every place told you, it's like, if there's something you like, get it, because it will not be here when you come back.
Yeah, and like, I mean, these car places around here, they're getting like a dozen new cars a week, and apparently they're flying out the door. I went to Kia, which is over on Chatham Parkway, and I was talking to our guy there, Blair, friend of the show.
Yeah.
And then obviously a guy that I met for the first time actually at our 20th anniversary show, Kenny. Both great guys. Went out there, talked to them, and they got like, I don't know, a dozen Sportages, which is like a Hyundai Tucson in like size.
Mm-hmm.
And they had two left.
Jeez.
I mean, like, and we looked at the only two they had. It's like, it was crazy. How fast new cars are going right now.
It's like that with houses, man. There was like a house like up the road from me went on sale, or the for sale sign went in the yard late last week.
Yeah.
It's pending.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, houses, cars, it's all the same, man. What are you looking at now? It looks like currently I'm looking at possibly the new 2022 Hyundai Tucson. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm kind of looking at there's some Kia Sportages that I think are awesome. The Kia Sportage, and like I know Kia is like not like the most popular brand out there, but they have some really cool cars. They've done some, like, they've really upped their game.
Yeah.
Andrew says get a Nissan Rogue from Granger Nissan. Okay. I actually did not look at any Nissans over the weekend. I'm just not super familiar with the brand.
Yeah.
Tony says I would still check out Caravana. Yes, I looked at Caravana extensively over the weekend, and Caravana is just used vehicles.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing. I mean, Caravana was, the amount they're charging for a newer car is the same price as a straight up new car. So that's one of those things, like I said, that I learned over the weekend. At this very moment, I can 100% say buying a new car is actually cheaper and better for you than buying a used vehicle. Which I know is crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds like crazy pants talk, but it's true.
Got about a minute left in commercials. Foo Fighters Everlong come out. Quick update on Big Money Monday, and then get somebody to play some trivia. So this is kind of a cool story. A rare edition, first edition of Harry Potter, the very first book, sold at auction for $38,000 recently. The seller was an actual guy named Harry Potter. 33 years old.
Okay.
There was only 500 copies of this version of the book printed. Now, his dad got it for him as a gift. He was 9 years old when it came out in 1997. It's like, oh, it's the same name as my son.
Yeah.
So his dad bought him the book. Unfortunately, his dad...
Ungrateful little shit.
No. Unfortunately, his dad passed away of cancer in 2017.
Okay.
So he is using it because he's going to scatter his dad's ashes in Kenya.
Okay, sure.
So he's using it to pay for the trip to Kenya. So that's just kind of a neat little story. But Harry Potter, sold Harry Potter, $38,000.
Tony says we looked at a Tucson. I didn't like that it was a 4-cylinder. I don't know if I ever go back from a V6. Good luck all the same. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, it's my wife doesn't care about 4-cylinder. She doesn't even understand what a 4-cylinder V6. That doesn't matter. It's like it's the accoutrements that Miss Marshall really cares about. It's she bought her vehicle almost 15 years ago, and it just recently mostly died. It had nothing.
Yeah.
It literally had a CD player and power windows. That's it. That's the stuff that came with it. That was it. So she's not looking for a fully loaded vehicle, but she wants heated seats, and obviously everything comes with Bluetooth nowadays, so we don't really have to ask for that. Heated seats and auto start is a great great perks for us to get into a car. That's what we're looking for. Rhett says, I got a Ford Explorer equipped with a police package. I'll sell you 97,000 miles, fully abused, non-smoking, but can't guarantee it's COVID-free or TB-free. Tom Brady free?
Tom Brady free. Tony, how'd the wedding go? With your
yeah, Tony's daughter? Kia? Is it Kia got married?
I don't remember.
I believe it is, right?
But anyway, how'd it go? The festivities, were they nice?
Tony says heated seats, cooling seats are awesome.
Were they festive? Yeah, my wife's kind of in the same boat your wife is. It's like she's had the car. We've been here for 12 years, so yeah, she's probably had it for 15 years. Toyota Corolla, 170,000 miles on it. It was fancy because you could put 5 CDs in, not just one. But yeah, there's nothing special about this car. But she loves it, and we don't want to pay for 2 car payments at the same time.
Yeah.
But impressive that it's still working.
Sean says, and I can almost guarantee the cars will come with remote start and heated seats. That's nice.
Kia got married. How was it? Was it good? Nice? It went well. In a surprise moment, I was proposed to after 18 years. Oh.
No kidding.
Did you be like, hell no?
It's so funny. Tony is from a Perfect Touch Massage, and she works right next door. She came in. She likes to come in like every single day and give us candy every single day. She'll probably be in like right after the show today, trying to fatten us up. I think she's trying to eat us. But
she might be a witch. I don't know.
She may be. I saw pictures of her dressed up as a witch.
It's a Hansel and Gretel situation.
But she was just in here telling me, she's like, yeah, I'm not married. She's been with her guy for like 18 years, forever. So it's so funny that, she got married last night as well. There you go.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Wow. I would have made him just think about it. I'd have just been like, let me think about it for a couple years.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Oh, and Sean, yeah, the Sportage Nightfall edition does look cool. It's super cool. It's like an extra $2,500 on the car, though, just to have some blacked out stuff and some like LED lights. Trust me, I looked at it.
We can tease big money here and then solicit.
Mm-hmm.
What did we giving away today?
Ayron Jones.
Okay.
We have like a couple more, and then we're wrapped up with those.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is coming. I have to fatten you turkeys off. Yeah, obviously.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Coming up, the end of the 8 o'clock hour, your chance to win $50 of our boss's money with Big Money Monday.
Now, there's an opportunity to win $100, actually. So we have a new rule called Order 69. Nice. Means if the number 69 comes out on your roll, no matter whether you choose, not those numbers, you will win double the money at $100. So your chance to win some cash from us coming up around 8:30 a.m.
All you got to do is drop us a text, 800-394-1061. Just need your first name and one number, 1 through 9. I'm going to select somebody at random once again for the end of the 8 o'clock hour. So drop us a text, your chance to win with Big Money Monday. But we've also got, are you smarter than a community college dropout?
What this is 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your chance to win just by being the first caller in. We don't make you have to beat us. You just have to call in. The first person in will win tickets today to go check out Ayron Jones. He's playing District Live this coming Saturday. And all you need to do is call us up, 1-800-394-1061.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We play next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. All
right. Tony says, thank you. It was approved by Kia before the wedding and plans so that since all of our family was already here, we didn't have to go through the process again. Kia looked amazing. I will put up pictures this week. Thank you for the warm wishes. Look at you. Both of you get married.
I like it.
So, I mean, was it like a fake marriage thing, Tony? Because you literally just got engaged and then married all probably within the same little bit of time? Like, it's not official, right? Like, you have to still go get a marriage license? Or are you just taking the ceremony as oh yeah, we're married now, and just continuing on with a
with living in sin,
non-government approved marriage? All right, guys, if you want to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout against one of us, feel free to call up 1-800-394-1061. We'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check out Ayron Jones. Plays over at District Live this coming Saturday.
We got some time, so we can come out of here and do another solicit. So we don't get one.
How much time we got?
We're straight even right now, and I still got 2 songs. Shit, I got 3 songs I could drop this hour. So we've got time to do another solicit out of the break.
All right, so we're going to use the restroom quick.
What's up, Stacy? All right, guys. If you'd like to play trivia, Ayron Jones tickets, feel free to hit us up. Coming up, 8 o'clock hour, Dude of the Week death match, Andrew Gillespie. He is a 14-year-old kid in high school. He's blind, and he's a member of his high school marching band. And it's just kind of the story as to how they make that work. Going against Liz Armstrong. Liz broke up with her boyfriend once that she found out he was cheating on her through a hookup website or app. She was on there because she created a profile so she could track down her boyfriend and see what he was up to. And she's like, I'm in for some revenge sex. So she stayed on the app for a little bit, never really met anyone until she met Paul. And they kind of hit it off. They went on a date, and then she found out Paul needed a kidney. So telling that story, you guys get to select who is the Dude of the Week winner. We're going to talk Atlanta Braves. Great run so far in the playoffs. NLCS up 2 games to none. Big Money Monday toward the end of the 8 o'clock hour. Also going to talk about the Batman and Flash trailers we got over the weekend from D.C. Going to hit you up with more details about Torture Tuesday, which goes down tomorrow. Wheel of Florida. And then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. So plenty still to get to in the show this morning.
Yeah, Sean, when I was writing the title for the show this morning, I actually second guessed myself when I put that up because I had to double take a couple times to make sure I didn't write Big Ass Monday.
Ass Monday.
I was like, oh, yeah, all right. You know, it's just a nice, easy kind of push into the week with a non-fancy show title today, obviously. Or maybe I just wasn't fully awake when I got in this morning.
All right, so we got about a minute. We'll come out of the stop set, try to re-solicit. See if we can get somebody to play.
I've got 4 different trivia games today.
Oh.
Which one do you want? 1 through 4.
Let's go with 3.
Okay, That would have been the one I would have done if I didn't write accidentally 2 more games yesterday. So, all right, that's good with me.
Fair enough. All right, guys, be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout looking for somebody to take one of us on? Want to hook you up with tickets for Ayron Jones.
Yeah, Ayron Jones is going to be a part of Welcome to Rockville this year. But before he does that, he is going to be in Savannah. That's this coming Saturday night. So if you need something to do, if you want to go see the return of live music in the area, you can see Ayron Jones, District Live, brand new venue, just by calling us up, 1-800-394-1061. The first person to call in will hook you up with tickets, then you play trivia against one of us.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Let's see what you got. Here's Pearl Jam live. It's Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Well, today's a sucky day.
Yeah, it is. Everybody's got the Mondays, man. Ugh.
Did you go running this weekend?
I did not. I did not at all, and I should have, because I didn't run last weekend, which I thought I was going to in Austin. Took the dog for about a 45-minute walk, which really isn't the same, but still. But yeah, there was no running. I was very lazy.
Here we go.
Rock 106.1, who's this?
This is Tony.
Hey, Tony. Who would you like to take on today, me or Marshall?
I'm going to attempt Marshall today.
Okay.
All the ladies like to attempt Marshall, Tony.
You never know what you're going to
And
get.
they all found their failures.
All right, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know the answer to a question, want to pass, feel free to do so. With that said, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Question number 1 is multiple choice. What pro golfer was known as the Golden Bear? Was it Arnold Palmer or Jack Nicklaus?
Nicholas.
That is correct. What are animals called that only eat plants?
Herbivores.
Correct. Sam I Am is a character in what classic Dr. Seuss book?
Green eggs and ham.
Correct. What Major League Baseball team recently fired their manager after taking the team to the playoffs for the 3rd straight year?
Pass.
The official, this is multiple choice, the official citywide Halloween, let me start that again. The first official citywide Halloween celebration took place in Anoka, Minnesota in what year? 1921 or 1931?
I'm going to go 21.
That is correct. Deborah Harry and what band were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006?
Blondie.
That is correct. Multiple choice, what actor made their directorial debut with the 1987 film Throw Mama from the Train? Was it Billy Crystal or Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
That is correct. And back to the baseball question. What Major League Baseball team recently fired the manager after taking the team to the playoffs for the 3rd straight year? You got a couple seconds.
White Sox. I have no idea.
Incorrect. That's okay. That's okay. Marshall, Tony, busting it out. 6 out of 7.
Good Lord.
Got to go perfect to win. All right, Tony, we'll be right back. Marshall, your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. Question number 1 is multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
What pro golfer was known as the Golden Bear? Arnold Palmer, or Jack Nicklaus?
Jack Nicklaus?
That is correct. What are animals called that only eat plants?
Pass.
Okay. Sam I Am is a character in what classic Dr. Seuss book?
Green eggs and ham.
That is correct. What Major League Baseball team recently fired their manager after taking the team to the playoffs for the 3rd straight year?
St. Louis Cardinals?
That is correct. Multiple choice. The first official citywide Halloween celebration took place in Anoka, Minnesota in what year? 1921 or 1931?
21.
That is correct. Deborah Harry and what band were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006?
Blondie.
That is correct. Multiple choice. What actor made their directorial debut with the 1987 film Throw Mama from the Train? Was it Billy Crystal or Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
That is correct. Then back to number 2. What are animals called that only eat plants? You got 5 seconds.
Vegetarians.
That is
Vegemites.
that is incorrect. Got a tie today, Tony. Got a tie.
Nice.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Once again, that's what all girls say to me.
I almost said Cardinals, too. I almost said Cardinals, too, and I second-guessed myself. That is just wrong, Marshall. Just wrong.
All right, Tony, thank you so much. We'll take care of
Y'all
that.
have a great day.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, let's quickly go over the correct answers. Jack Nicklaus is known as the golden bear. Herbivores are the animals that only eat plants.
Yeah, I knew that.
Sam I Am is from Green Eggs and Ham. Yep, the Cardinals fired their manager. First citywide Halloween celebration, 1921. Deborah Harry and Blondie, of course, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it was Danny DeVito that directed Throw Mama from the Train. Back at it tomorrow, 7:30. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, we'll be right back on the stream with audio once Cotter gets done editing this.
All right, be right back.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging with us while Cotter edited up Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? That was a tie, 6-6, a great game between Tony and myself. She really brought it. She almost, very intimidating when I heard that she got 6, but thankfully, the questions, I mean, it seemed like most of them were in my wheelhouse except for the stupid, I don't know, insect, plant eating, whatever it was.
Yeah.
question. Screw that question. But my record now stands at 48 wins, 7 losses, and 9 ties. It's the first tie since we've had since September. So it's been over a full month since a loss or a tie for either one of us.
Okay.
I was talking to Sean over the chat while we were doing that. Over the chat in regards to what like that you talked about like a Halloween, the first place to ever do a Halloween celebration.
Yeah.
He said that he's actually been there.
Oh, cool.
So he goes, I've been to Anoka. Is that how you say it?
That's how I said it. I'm sure I botched it.
For their Halloween festivities. It was fun. Some people are a little too excited about it and make it bigger than it actually is. So I was like, so what's the deal? Well, why is it so big? He goes, Halloween capital of the world, a bunch of parades, decorations, haunted houses, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Nice. Tony, by the way, you have given us a drop that we're going to use for years to come. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me not play it there, just on the stream. So let me see. Got a tie today.
Getting there. I'm getting there.
Oh.
We're saving that, Tony. We're saving it.
Tony, no. Tony, no.
Getting there. I'm getting there.
Shit, that's funny. Tony, you've made my day. Ain't gonna lie. That made my day.
That's how you say it. Anoka. There you go.
Oh, I got it right?
Anoka.
Yeah.
Anoka, Minnesota. And they're part Canadian, right?
I think so. All right. Trivia should be playing right now.
Cool. Yeah, I've got, I definitely don't have to worry about writing trivia, even if you play for the rest of the week. It's nice.
Oh, you'll play. I'll have to write it. Thankfully, it's like I had that one on Friday. They actually picked me, so that was nice.
Rhett says Miami University, Ohio, used to have a crazy Halloween party, too. Really? All right, top of the 8 o'clock hour, guys. We are doing Dude of the Week. Dude of the Week. We'll share those stories with you, top of the 8 o'clock hour. Then after that, we'll do some Big Money Monday. 9 o'clock hour, we'll do Wheel of Florida. Haven't done that in a little while. And then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News, as Cotter was telling you earlier today. If you haven't chimed in with your number and your first name via text message, make sure to do so. 1-800-394-1061. Tony goes, the only time you guys have personally heard that, I'm sure.
Oh, I never hear that. You kidding me? Yeah.
No, he's never heard that.
No. So, yeah, it's going to be something I just, play at the house, just
right.
So I can hear it occasionally.
Wow, that's disturbing for Tony.
It's okay.
It's what, okay for you?
Yeah, I don't care about Tony. It's fine for me.
And that explains your sex life.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So congratulations are in order.
To
Travis Barker.
Oh, yeah.
Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian are getting married. Over the weekend, they were in Montecito, California, and they were staying at some hotel, and they were taking a little walk on the beach, and they walk up, and there is this massive, rose-shaped heart, or heart-shaped in roses.
Right.
And Travis hired a photographer, and he proposed to her right in the middle of all that beautiful roses right there on the beach. Now, the crazy thing is these two have been all over the world with one another since the beginning of this year, during COVID times. Everywhere from Italy to Disney World or Land or whatever, New York City. They've only been together since the beginning of this year, like January. So it took Kourtney Kardashian 10 short months to dig her claws into Travis Barker. Now, the crazy thing, too, is this is Kourtney Kardashian's first marriage. All the Kardashian girls have been married like 80 times, except for her. She's never been married. She had a longtime boyfriend, Scott Disick, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And she has a couple kids from him, but she's actually the only one that's never been married. So good for Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Congratulations, crazy kids.
Travis Barker actually popped up on SNL over the weekend, too. He was playing drums for Young Thug.
Sure. Absolutely.
So that was the thing.
Yeah. Speaking of Saturday Night Live, did you see the Squid Game?
Yes. So good. Good.
So I was going to say, Pete Davidson and Rami Malek did like a country western, like
it was rappy country. Yeah.
It was kind of like Little Nas X's Country Road
There
song,
you
or
go.
whatever it was called. But they did one about Squid Game. If you're watching the series, very, very funny.
I fast forwarded through like the last 30 seconds because I haven't watched the last episode yet, and I'm like, I don't know if they'll ruin anything, so I didn't watch it. Then wouldn't watch the last part. But,
yeah, I would. I don't know. I guess it kind of gives away a little something, but 100% worth watching.
It was good.
What I'll do is I'll drop the link for that video just in case you haven't seen it. SNL did a very funny parody Squid Game video. I dropped that link in the chat if you have not seen it. Just dropped it in there. So the link's there. Go watch it. Come back to us. Watch it later. I don't care, but definitely watch it. How did Rami Malek do? Are you a big SNL guy? Did you watch it?
I did. I didn't. I got through all of it. There were some really. I thought he did good. There were some really good skits. So there was one skit, the typical game show kind of skit. Pete Davidson played Rami Malek. Rami Malek played Pete Davidson.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that was funny. There was one where A.D. Bryant and him were a couple buying a bed, and so they're at like the mattress store testing out the mattress. So they're talking everything. Then they have like getting into a fight, and then that's really good. That feels like home. This is good. And then it's like, there's an intruder. Get the gun, and they're pulling guns out from the bed and stuff. I mean, it was completely weird and random, but that was really funny.
Right.
And then there was a Prince skit where Rami Malek and Kenan Thompson are both auditioning to play Prince in a new movie. That was pretty funny. And then Daniel Craig came out for it as well. So
that's cool.
Yeah, he came out a couple times, so it was pretty good. It was a solid episode, I thought.
Yeah, I saw a couple skits from it. I saw the game show one, and I saw Squid Game.
Yeah, the Squid Game one by far was the best thing from the weekend.
It's generally how I consume my Saturday Night Live. I usually don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore because I'm usually asleep by then.
No, I DVR it and watch it the next day. But it was pretty solid. If you haven't watched the skit or the skit last year, or from last week about the seltzers, that's pretty funny stuff too.
Mac says season 3 of You is superb. Yeah, Mac, I saw that you said that you binged the entire series over the weekend. So I'm glad you got to be able to see sunlight at some point. Did you? Actually, I think Mac was out at Garden City. They're doing their garden. It seemed like every small town was doing a festival this past weekend. So I was out on Saturday at the Hardyville Festival on Main. And, it's like a small town kind of festival, bouncy houses, lots of vendors, food trucks, cotton candy, beer, small stage, a small cover band type of thing. It was really fun. But I think Mac was out at the Garden City edition of that on Sunday.
You a cotton candy guy? You like cotton candy?
No, not really. I don't like the texture of it. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
I did get an opportunity, and this is a good point for you to be very jealous of me.
Okay.
I met the mayor of Hardyville.
Oh, shoot.
On Saturday. Got an opportunity to interview him live on the Bob 106.9 Facebook page.
Nice.
Went live with Mayor Harry Williams? I could not remember his name for the life of me. Thankfully, when we went live, he had a name tag on, and I somehow didn't screw up his name, so I felt very good about that.
That's a plus.
Google it. Yeah, Google.
Harry Williams. Yep.
Okay, nailed it. Thank God.
Let's see. He was elected to a 4-year term in 2016. Ran unopposed.
He was a very cool gentleman, very laid back.
Nice.
I just loved the day. Loved ice cream. Talked about his love of ice cream on the Facebook Live. But,
okay.
I was out at Festival on Main in Hardyville with our sister station Bob 106.9 broadcasting live for those guys from noon to 2. That was an interesting, fun little day. They have they have such a huge Latin community over in the Hardyville area, obviously because of everything on Hilton Head. There was some amazing like Mexican food stuff,
right?
And my wife and I. We tried a bunch of different food there, and it was really good. Because anytime you go to like a festival, you're like, the food's probably sketchy.
Yeah,
you stick to what you know. Anything fried, and then anything fried, and then ice cream.
Yeah, and
then beer. Like usually don't go off, and you're like, oh, here's the Mexican food stuff. Like, what is that? I've never seen that. What is that? I've never seen that. But we went wild, and I tried a couple dishes, and they were just great.
Awesome.
So good. Yes. Thank you, Mac, for reminding me. I had a mango chamois. Is that how you say it? Beverage?
Never even heard of that.
All right, let me show this off. So it's like, so they take a crap ton of fresh mango that was frozen. Then they have, where's the picture? Oh. They have a crap ton of fresh mango. It's kind of like an Italian icy. It's a little bit ice, but it melts. They put like this hot sauce. There's like some tahini or something crazy in it. Hold on. I sent Mac a picture. Show this off on the live stream here. Don't tell me that doesn't look delicious.
That looks delicious.
That does. And then
Is there something stuck in it?
Yeah, it's like a spicy but kind of chewy thing that's on a straw.
Okay.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. But this thing right here, it's like $6. It was delicious. And then we got like this piece of like pork rind that had like salad, mayo, and a bunch of like Mexican spices and like hot sauce on it. There was like no protein. It was it was kind of like a vegetarian style dish. It was great too. Like I said, yeah, we tried those two things and they were really, really good. Really good. Rhett says there is a squid-like another show called Alice in Borderland.
It popped up as we were messing around Netflix the other day, and yeah, they just showed a quick premise, and it's the same. It looks like the same kind of concept where there's deadly games involved.
David, what's up, man? He goes, I will have plenty of fruity cocktail in 2 weeks on a cruise to Mexico.
Ah, nice, man.
Where in Mexico are you going, Dave?
Cocktail it up.
Oh, and for anyone joining us live here on the stream, and if you haven't texted us yet, 1-800-394-1061. We're doing Big Money Monday here in like half an hour. So just go ahead and get your name in the running. All we need is your first name and then a number between 1 and 9. Randomly choose a number between those numbers, and then we will randomly choose one of you to play Big Money Monday coming up here in just a little bit.
We've got about 6 minutes. Got some Weezer into Alice in Chains, and then we'll dive into Dude of the Week.
So this weekend, he's going to Costa Maya, Belize, and Cozumel. Nice. That sounds fun.
That sounds awesome.
So over the weekend, I spent a lot of time, obviously, going around talking to car sales guys and looking at cars and stuff. And, you know, I was getting the same spiel everywhere. But one guy, he asked me, he's like, hey, what do you do? I'm like, I work for the radio station, like right around the corner. I co-host the morning show, and I do the promotions for our cluster. And he's like, Rock 106.1? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's awesome. He goes, I love that station. You guys have really changed over the last couple of years. And I go, we have? I go, well, we've got a bunch of different morning shows over the last, 4 years. Right. We've had 3 different morning shows. It's been quite a bit of change. He's like, no, your music. And I go, the music, you say?
Interesting.
And he goes, you guys used to be a lot heavier. And I go, I don't know. I mean, I've been around for 7 years, and I feel like for the most part, we've been very consistent in music. Yeah. I mean, we play the grungy stuff from the early '90s. We play like the new metal from the early 2000s. Kind of our meat and potatoes. And I go, then we play a bunch of new stuff, and there's some weird stuff that we're playing when it comes to new music. Yeah, bands like Starset, they're different, they're good, but I mean, like they sound different than your regular, Alice in Chains. Yeah, and he was like, all right, cool. And then he went on this tirade. Okay. Of like, do you know this band? I was like, first it was like, do you know Korn? And I'm like, yes, I know Korn. He's like, man, I got to see them and hang out with them once. I'm like, cool. And he's like, you ever heard of this band? It was some band I never heard of. I'm like, nah, I haven't heard of them. Oh, I got to hang out with them. They were cool, pretty cool guys. And I was like, I'm never buying a car from you. I can't stand you.
We had somebody message the page and asked about playing songs too much. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what's going on with this? I hear these songs a couple times a day. I'm like, hey, they're newer songs. Yep. You're going to hear them more often. And he goes, all right, well, I guess I just won't listen anymore. I think that's ridiculous. Any station would play songs that often. And I'm like, right. I'm not even responding because I'm like, that's every radio station, man. Yeah. Every radio station.
Yeah. So we play new music here on Rock 106.1. Yeah. So like the new Volbeat song, we probably played 30 times last week, maybe 40 times last week. Yeah. He's probably like, oh man, I can't stand that new Volbeat. How many times did you play that in a week? 40 times? Like, yeah, sir. If you do the math, it's like, 4 times a day. Well, not, man. I hate it.
And it's like, hey, I'm not going to I'm not going to convince you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I get it.
Dave says that he got his cruise, 2 people under $800 for a week.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it, though. Like, cruise lines, no one's really comfortable with going back on a cruise. I won't say no one. A lot of people probably are iffy about going on a cruise right now.
It's eventually something the wife and I want to do. We haven't done it for really no reason. Now, because of COVID, I don't think I'd get on a boat yet.
No, I mean, I was thinking about the process of, like, going on a cruise, and I don't think cruises are for me.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm stuck on the same boat with the same people. What if I just hate some people? And I have to hang out with them for the rest of the week? That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, I think a themed one might be fun. It's like I would never go on it, or chances are I'd never go on it because my wife would despise it. Like the Chris Jericho cruise, that could just be fun as shit because there'd be so much going on.
You and Jake can go on that.
That's true. You have to see Jake in a bathing suit. I'm out.
You had to hang with Jake in a small cabin. Think about that.
Done that before, kind of. So we've done several trips for WrestleMania. So we go in the cheap for the Airbnb. So those rooms have been small.
Max says y'all have almost our temps. With this outside. Yeah, what's the temperature outside right now?
It was 51 when I got up.
It's pretty amazing
because we actually opened the windows last night, and I woke up and I was actually cold.
Yeah, I think our last hot day of the year was going to be this past Saturday, where it hit 88 degrees. Jesus Christ, I was sweating my balls off in Hardyville. Thankfully, I was set up on grass. You know, we parked on this blacktop that was like 10 feet away. I'm like, thank God we're on this grass, or I'd be 10 times sweatier. But I think the days of egregious heat is over. I mean, our highs are in between 77 and 82 over the next 10 days, with the lows in between 52 and 64. Meteorologist Marshall there, so you're welcome.
All right, got about 90 seconds, guys.
All right, going into Dude of the Week death match. This week, some real heartstring pullers over here. Andrew Gillespie, a trumpeter, versus Liz Armstrong. She was cheated on. Then she gave away a kidney. It's a weird story.
She was just looking for revenge sex, man, and it took a hard right turn.
Dave says, this is my third one. It's a blast to do whatever the hell you want all day live, music shows, comedy, casino. Sounds good.
Yeah. I know wife and I will eventually do one.
I think in 2021, 22, I'm going to do a lot of traveling, and it's going to kind of all lead up to probably a summertime trip in 23 to Australia, which
That's awesome.
I'll be turning 40, right? How old am I now? 38, 39 in a couple weeks. All right, just after I'm 40 years old, I'm gonna do.
You'll be 39 this year?
Yeah, right. Because I was born in 82. 22, 40 years later. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
You're old.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream today. Do that if you haven't done so already. Go watch the show each and every morning. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. As always, give us a like, follow, and subscribe while you're there hanging out.
It's time for the Dude of the Week deathmatch on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Fighting out of the red corner.
Up first, we've got Andrew Gillespie. Now, a month after Andrew was born, his parents found out he was blind. He had a condition called bilateral retinal dysplasia. Basically, as he was in utero of his mom, retinas did not form in his eyes. It's crazy stuff. Now, 14 years old, he's in high school, Cincinnati's St. Xavier, and the dude just wanted to join the marching band in school. Now, his parents, obviously a little worried, not about the playing of the instruments, but about the movements. Andrew himself said he was a little had anxiety about kind of all of it. They said the first week, I had no idea what I was doing.
Band director Jody Bess has been behind him every step of the way.
We have kind of a little system where we either tap his shoulder a little bit one way. If we're going to the right, to the left, as far as the fingers, I will usually, as whether he's resting, tell him what the next move is. It's like, okay, next move, we're going 16 steps back, big steps, little steps.
So I use that same system on my wife when I want to leave the mall. I just tap her on the shoulder, and I'm like, the door's over there. Let's go.
Does it work as well?
No, not really.
I didn't think so. So he doesn't read music. Obviously, you can't use Braille for music. He says it's just too hard to do. So he'll literally listen to the trumpet player next to him, and he can match what he's playing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so Andrew Gillespie, a trumpeter, blind trumpeter, is our first Dude of the Week nominee.
And their opponent, fighting out of the blue corner.
We've got Liz Armstrong. Now, this story I just find funny. Liz broke up with her boyfriend after she caught him on a hookup site called adultfriendfinder.com. He said he was there just for the porn and declared, you either believe me or you don't. Well, his bio actually stated on this site, I'm primarily looking for sex.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all, Cotter? It just depends on, who you kind of find. Now, it's funny because in this story, she points out that while they were fighting, he actually broke up with her.
Yes.
So he beat her to the punch because he felt like this thing was probably over anyway because, well, he was cheating on her.
So she had an account created for this website, so she was actually going to look for some revenge sex. But she got nothing but just vulgar pictures, a lot of, vulgar messages.
Right.
So she was like, I don't know if this is going to work out for me. But then she actually found a dude on here named Paul, who was a high school Latin teacher. They went out on a date, and then he told her, I'm sick. I need a kidney. And she's like, wonder if we'd be a match. And she went through the process. They were a match.
Yeah, so she just gave up a kidney to this guy that she boinked once. And then they just stopped dating afterwards. You think he would be like, I feel like we should date or something. You gave me a kidney, but she was just like, no, we're good. Just the one. Here's a kidney. Bye.
He owes her something, right?
I mean, something.
I don't know.
Yeah, apparently they're still to this day, after the surgery, they've remained friends, although they don't see each other very often. Now, he's gone off and married another Latin teacher, so she's no longer even in the vicinity of trying to get with this guy once again, unless he decides to go on adult, friend finder. But, what a wild story from going from being broken up to suddenly giving your kidney away to some random dude.
All right, so Andrew Gillespie or Liz Armstrong, who is this week's Dude of the Week? It is up to you. Vote now. You can drop us a text, 800-394-1061, or chime in on the chat. Who is the Dude of the Week? We'll crown our winner after Daughtry. It's Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, Cotter. Andrew, the blind trumpeter, gets a vote from Sean. Once again, go ahead and let us know via the chat on who you think should be the Dude of the Week. Once again, between Andrew Gillespie, the blind trumpeter, or Liz Armstrong, the girl who was cheated on, and then she just randomly decided to give her kidney to the next guy who wooed her.
I still can't believe that, man. They went on a date. A date.
Yeah. Well, she did mention they got busy at the end of that date.
Well, yeah.
Good for him.
He must have been decent.
Yeah.
Good enough to give up a kidney for.
Rhett says his vote's for Kidney Bean Liz. Once again, guys, feel free to chime in with your votes. Wanda says Liz. And after Daughtry here, we will proclaim our Dude of the Week. We're about 2.5 minutes out from doing that. So once again, chime in with your vote on the live stream here. Be much appreciated. Coming up here in a little bit, we're going to talk about the Atlanta Braves having a big last couple days, up 2-0 in their series. We'll talk about that. Got some audio for that as well, correct?
Yep.
And then we'll jump into some big money Monday, your chance to win $50 or more with us. After that, Wheel of Florida. Talk about Torture Tuesday tomorrow. Now, when it comes to fingers, if I fractured a finger tomorrow,
you got another hand.
There's no thanks. You're as useful as useful people. If I break a hand, there's no way to if you break a finger, you have to have a stint put on, right?
Yeah, just a little splint.
Splint. Yeah.
Stint goes in the heart, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Splint put on.
We'll both need those eventually.
So, I guess the question is it's just fractured. Do you actually have to do anything? Just have to put, I don't know.
I don't know.
If I come in with 5 splints on, I think I'm gonna do my left hand.
That makes sense. You don't want to do right.
I'm right dominant.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if this is.
Tony says Liz.
Got it.
Max says Andrew is the one. Liz, no way I'd do that. Okay, I would, but I'd feel stupid. Mac, you would first have to go on a date to actually give away a kidney. So there's that as well. Speaking of Mac, she'll be on the show tomorrow. Chicks on Dudes.
Nice.
Actually, speaking of, now that we've moved, we're done with our Wednesday segment, do you want to move Chicks on Dudes back to Wednesday?
Move it back to Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that Wednesday then.
All right, 45 seconds.
Ooh, hit up Big Guy today, too.
Yeah. Hey, man, you still around?
He definitely is.
He's big timing us after all the TikTok celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit up the Big Guy this week. Hey, man, Thursday, 9 a.m.
Still a thing, guys. Still a thing. All right, guys, 20 seconds. Be right back. Dude of the Week death match. Up first, Andrew Gillespie, a 14-year-old high school student, blind since birth. He's actually a member of his high school's marching band. They work a lot on this, too. I mean, they're practicing 3 times a day, almost 2 hours every time they're in practice. And they've got this whole system worked out to how he can actually go out and march. And this isn't like the marching band where you're just in a parade. This is the stuff out on the football field.
Yeah, this is the stuff you've seen like in between quarters and stuff if you're at a college football game. Like they're doing those crazy shapes. Like they're making Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff on the field. It's very cool stuff. Now, Andrew is blind, and which makes obviously that job very, very difficult. But his classmates and his teachers help him get through the entire process. He is a champ.
It's a very cool story. Going up against Liz Armstrong, she caught her boyfriend dating or cheating on her on an adult website called adultfriendfinder.com. He was looking for some sex. He dumped her. She started looking for some sex, and she met this dude named Paul, got some sex, and then he's like, oh, and by the way, I need a kidney.
It's not like asking for her to like cover the check because he forgot his wallet. He's just like, how's those kidneys doing, girl? I mean, you looking good, but how's those kidneys?
So who's the winner?
The winner and this week's Dude of the Week.
It is Liz.
Oh, no way.
Armstrong for the win.
Ah, with the kidney. I thought the blind kid would have really won you guys over.
I did too, but everybody's like, oh.
Yeah.
Sex.
A very provocative, sexually active lady with one kidney is our Dude of the Week. Congrats to Liz Armstrong.
All right, coming up, we are going to talk the Atlanta Braves. They're in the NLCS taking on the Dodgers, and they had 2 great games to kick off this series. So we got details, some audio coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys. Dude of the Week, Liz for the win. Love seeing it. Oh, no.
What?
Colin Powell, military leader and the first black U.S. Secretary of State, has died of COVID-19.
Oh, shoot.
No way. I had no idea, but
Didn't know he was sick.
that's terrible. It's terrible. Breaking news. Sad news. Speaking of sad news, this is a segue. Hooters is backtracking, Cotter.
Okay.
On a new panty-style uniform after waitresses have said, not really.
Okay.
So, according to the story, there is such a thing as too skimpy for Hooters. The restaurant is reversing course on a new uniform that they're trying to get their girls to wear after being called out. So essentially, like the Hooters uniform, and most of us have been to Hooters, it's usually like the short shorts. Like it would cover pretty much their whole butt, I guess,
right.
is the best way to say it. And it would go high waist. These new uniforms essentially would be like cutting out most of the buttocks area, so it would be like a thong, like straight up their butt. It would show off a whole lot of their ass.
Yeah, it's basically them wearing underwear.
Yeah, and they're panty style thong kind of undies. Now the bottoms were very short and provided little to no coverage of any employee's cheeks. And overall consensus was they might as well have us in bathing suits around here. Different Hooters girls took to TikTok and demonstrated just how short the new bottoms were, comparing them to the old set, which at least went down to the very top of their thighs. A lot of the girls were outraged, saying the wedgie-inducing booty shorts were sexist and not what they signed up for when they first taking the job. I mean, first and foremost, come on. You work at Hooters. The booty shorts, the new ones are sexist. The old ones are sexist.
The whole job is kind of sexist.
The place is called Hooters.
Yeah. Well, because they have wings.
Yeah. It's called titties. That's what this place is called.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, come on. So, I mean, look, if you want to see a girl dressed like this, go get yourself an absolute great steak dinner at Emperor's for lunch. Emperor's, yeah, that's the place. You want to go to a strip club if you're going to try to find a girl that, is wearing something close to this or nothing at all. So there you go. Yeah, Hooters said in a statement, as we continue to listen and update the image of the Hooters girls, we're clarifying that they have the option to choose from traditional uniforms or the new ones. They can determine which style of shorts best fits their body style and personal image. Okay, so they're not saying these aren't going to be around. It's just the girl's choice. Thing is, I don't see, what does it really provide? Like, what do the girls get for wearing them? I mean, obviously, nothing. So why wear them?
Possibly groped even more.
Yeah. It also sounds like the revealing shirts may be changing as well. Hooters went on to say that it appreciates the feedback, but positive and negative regarding a more accommodating and inclusive image policy on tattoos, jewelry, nails, hairstyles, as well as new uniform options to include new top style shorts and the addition of socks.
They've always wore the socks, right? Because they're the horribly ugly, like almost leg warmer socks, weren't they?
I have no idea.
Didn't they always wear socks?
Trust me, I wasn't looking at their legs, Scotter. One final thing from Hooters.
I'm a sock guy. What can you say?
Explains a lot. Wearing socks, jerking off into them. Cotter's a big sock guy.
Hey, do what you got to do.
Wow. There you go. Oddly enough, I do honestly like going to Hooters. And it's not for the girls. I do enjoy the wings.
The wings are good.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Hooters in a long time, though.
It's right down the 95 for me because I live in Georgetown.
Yeah.
So I like DoorDash it like once every 6 months. I'll get some Hooters.
Yeah, I get that.
Sean says, I'm going to tell my wife that we're going to go to a great steakhouse while in Savannah and then take her to Emperor's.
You could blame us. Be like, they never said it was a strip club, guy. I'm so sorry. They just said the steak was great. Throw us under the bus. It's fine.
Sean also says, my poor wife is trying to decide what she needs to pack for December/Christmas in Georgia. I don't know what information to give her. Let's see. I mean, generally, we're reckoning right around 60 or so.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't...
Blows in the mid-40s.
It doesn't get cold usually until like February, January.
Yeah, like...
December's usually not too bad.
Mid-January to the beginning of March. We get about 6 weeks of real actual cold here.
Yeah. So I wouldn't think it'll be too bad. I mean, I'd bring some sort of coat just in case.
Light jacket. Maybe a beanie.
If she's like my wife, 12 layers by December because she's always cold.
That's why you're never having sex. You get halfway through the layers and you're
she's
just
like,
exhausted.
nope, I'm out. I'm too cold.
Cotter just falls asleep. He's like, there's just so many. Like, when's this in? Why are you wearing an undershirt to your undershirt?
You say that jokingly, but
there's like 17 blouses on right now. What are you doing?
When I was in Texas, my wife shot me a text. She was very proud. She ordered 6 new sweaters. So
wow.
It's when we do laundry, her sweaters, their own load. No joke. There's so many of them.
Interesting.
3 minutes.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about the, pretty miraculous Atlanta Braves run right now. And then if you haven't chimed in yet, make sure to chime in with a name and then a number for Big Money Monday. Giving away $50 cash at least, hopefully. Coming up here in about, 15-ish minutes or so with Big Money Monday. If you land on 69, you get double the cash. If your number doesn't hit at all, then we're sorry. December at Savannah, experience all 4 seasons in the same week. That sounds about right, actually. Dave, yeah, I would say Dave goes, damn, I'm shorts 9 months out of the year. I think I'm about the same. Yeah, I'll start wearing pants here in Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, got about 2 minutes.
So the Dodgers had 18 more regular season wins than the Braves did this year. It's crazy to me the best team in baseball is not in the playoffs right now. Not talking about the Cubs, talking about the Giants. They had 107 regular season wins. They had the most wins in the regular season this year.
Yeah. What, did they lose in a 1-game series?
Yeah, against the Dodgers.
That's unfortunate. With how long, I mean, I love the fact they have more teams in the playoffs now, but when you play 160 plus games in a season and you're the best team or got one of the best records, and then it comes down to a game to decide your playoff fate, that's kind of crappy. It's kind of a crappy way to do it. I mean, NBA, I mean, they got way too many games in the playoffs. I think these one game playoffs games don't work.
Major League Baseball needs to redo their playoff system completely. But they announced, I mean, the way they did playoffs last year was actually really cool. They allowed in more teams, and it was a whole lot better for everyone. But they just announced, a few months back, like, oh yeah, it's just gonna be regular playoffs. Back to it. Like, the worst commissioner ever. And Roger Goodell is the head of the NFL. So think about that.
All right, guys, got about 20 seconds. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out, Cotter and Marshall Show. Now, if you're a Georgia sports fan, I mean, 2 out of 3, man. 2 out of 3 doing well. Throw the Falcons out the door. Bulldogs #1 in the country. And the Atlanta Braves looking great first 2 games of the NLCS against the Dodgers.
Yeah, Austin Riley hit a homer in that Game 1 win, 3-2. And then just last night, Eddie Rosario coming through with a base hit that led to a 2-0 lead over the Dodgers currently.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. First 2 games, both walk-offs. Here's some audio from Game 1.
2-2 game, bottom of the 9th. Riley line drive, that is down! A base hit! Here comes Albies, and the Atlanta Braves win Game 1!
I love playoff baseball. I mean, it can be the most intense, exciting, frustrating, all of the emotions for playoff baseball. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think any of us really thought the Braves had a chance after Acuna went out, blew out his ACL earlier this year, but they somehow took over the NL East, and now they have a chance. We're 2 games away from a World Series, and there was no one more excited on Twitter, at least last night, than the big guy, Frank Solkowski from WJCL, a close personal friend of ours, local newscaster. I think he just wrote 5 o'clock in the morning. He was just like, are you kidding me? He was just so excited, obviously, for the Braves to take that 2-0 lead.
What are the chances? I mean, up 2 games to none. I mean, percentage-wise, odds-wise, that's very good for them. Really good shot at making it.
Well, now, I mean, as you know, the entire state of Georgia is cursed when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
It really kicked in a few years ago with that Super Bowl that we don't talk about. So, I don't know. it looks good to go to the World Series.
Yes.
And I'll just stop there. I think it looks good. The Braves are only 2 games away from going to the World Series.
Their last World Series appearance, 20 years ago, 1999.
Yep.
Last win,
Early 90s?
1995. They had that great run in the 90s.
Yeah, Maddox, Smoltz,
Yes.
all those guys.
And finally pulled off the win in 95. So I agree with you. I think there's a really good chance they make the World Series, and I'll stop there for now.
And let's just stop there. Let's stop talking about it.
We won't pull a big guy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so good luck to the Braves, man. I hope they do it. It's always awesome when you can have a team to root for in the World Series. Coming up next, would you like to score $50? Maybe $100 of our boss's money? Got Big Money Monday on the way. We'll give you details. There's Godsmack. It's Voodoo, Cotter, and Marshall. Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, once again, chime in with your first name and phone, or excuse me, not phone number, your first name and then a number between 1 and 9 for your chance to be chosen to be spun for Big Money Monday.
Yep. We'll solicit here the first one. A nice little collection of ones coming in. Ooh. Salsa Mark does not know how to send a short text.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Jeez.
Love you, Salsa Mark. All right, we got a call. Maybe this one will actually, hold on this time.
Mike texts us that.
Rock 106.1, hello.
Hey, Bubba, I just wanted to throw a Green Lantern out there for one of y'all on your team.
Okay, awesome.
All right, later. Have a great day.
Thanks, man.
What
Wrong
was that
station.
about?
Wrong station.
Oh.
Sorry, we were getting multiple calls there, and then they come in on the same different stations and the same phone. So there we go. Sean, that's one thing I do not miss, having to remove any snow from anywhere on my property. I did mornings for a little bit in Illinois, and there were several mornings where I woke up and I had to call my father-in-law over to help me shovel my driveway to get my car out. At 4 a.m, that's fun.
No, that's not fun at all.
No, I was being very sarcastic. It sucked.
Yeah, I remember I think I was doing mornings-ish at that time, and I remember it was in Illinois, and it was 0 degrees outside. Like, the high that day was 0 degrees in Illinois. And
right.
I just remember having to drive into work, and then I think I left somewhere close to after the morning show at that point, and just going back out to my car, and it was just absolutely brutal. And I think I was like smoking cigarettes or something at the time. I went outside to try to smoke a cigarette. I'm like, I can't even smoke a cigarette. It's ridiculous. Smoking ain't cool, kids. Don't smoke. All right, nice. All right, so we'll do Big Money Monday here in just a little bit, and then I'll break open the Wheel of Florida, so I have that set for
Got
us.
some good stories today. We even have audio from one of them. You know, it's a
cool.
good story when there's audio.
I'm going to let you go ahead and choose the number so I can X this off my screen so my computer doesn't absolutely fall apart. On the list of things that I'm currently upgrading in my house is upgrading my in-studio computer. I'm going to see if I can add some RAM to it so it runs a little bit quicker. I don't know if it's expandable or not. I haven't looked yet, but I got a new router at my house.
Oh, yeah?
So my last router had like a faulty Ethernet port. So I got the new one locked and loaded in yesterday. So that's all set. The only thing is my Ring doorbell camera will not connect to it now. So
suck.
I gotta probably call Ring customer support, which is going to sound like hell.
I get that.
What up, Mike? How you doing, man? Thanks for chiming in this morning, and thanks for chiming in for Big Money Monday. You're in the running. We're gonna have Cotter choose one random person. Maybe it'll be you.
All right, got about 20 seconds. This will be our final solicit for Big Money Monday. We'll be right back. Would you like to win $50 of our boss's money? Would you like to win $100 of our boss's money?
So here's the deal. All you need to do is text us 1-800-394-1061 with your first name and a number between 1 and 9, and you will be in the running to possibly be chosen so we can possibly win you some cash with Big Money Monday. Now, Cotter did mention $100 right now. We have a new thing called Order 69.
Nice.
What does that mean for you? That means that the ball number 69 comes out on the roll that we possibly spin for you, automatically you win $100.
So that's an extra bonus right now with Order 69, but all we need you to do is drop us a text, 800-394-1061. Need your first name. We need a number, 1 through 9. We're going to select one person at random here in just several moments, so text us now. Your chance to win. We got Big Money Monday. It's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Yeah, I've been using a digital wheel for a Wheel of Florida. Then I realized we actually own a wheel now. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean that off, and we'll use the actual wheel for Wheel of Florida.
I like it. I reached out to the people doing the Rocky Horror Show at Club One. They'd be willing to hook us up with some tickets to give away. I also asked about, and if you don't want to go down there for it, that's fine. I'll do it, or we can both do it. So they always do the Rocky Horror Pledge. And that thing sucks. They do the Rocky Horror Pledge before the show. So I said something about, hey, can we come down and host the pledge before the show? And they're like, oh, that'd be cool. So
Okay.
if it's something we want to do, or I'll go because I'd like to see the show again.
I'm going to go get just a cloth to wipe it off.
Yeah, we got time. We got plenty of time. All right, guys, if you haven't texted in for Big Money Monday, you still got a few moments to do so. Chance to score some money. After this, we're going to talk about Batman and the Flash. Got some trailers for them that came out over the weekend. And I don't know, man. DC finally getting their ass together? Maybe.
Probably not.
Well. It's like even the ones that do well. Because it's like, going back, we talked a little bit about it last week on the stream. Aquaman, it's like Jason Momoa carried that movie just because he's so damn charismatic. And the movie was fine. But it's like there really hasn't been one yet that you're like, oh, there you go. DC's got it. In this run. I mean, I'm not talking the Christian Bale Batmans. To me, it's, different universe, different kind of world. So still waiting for DC to kind of just figure it out. Because even the Suicide Squad, I really wanted to like this latest one. And there were bits of it that I thought were awesome. But as a whole, it was just eh.
So I went ahead and, speaking of those films, I went ahead and dropped the trailers for them, the links, into the chat. So feel free to check those out on your own accord, just in case you haven't seen them already. God, this black marker does not come off at all. Jesus Christ.
Oh, really?
Yep, we won't be using that black marker.
Fair enough.
Jordan.
That was impressive. Here, let me see, since we're getting close here. Let's see if this Vince Neil audio is.
Is the audio of him actually falling off the stage? I'm guessing so.
So, okay. It's the announcement afterwards. We can play it if you'd like.
Is it of his band member saying that he's...
It's basically him going, there's a little bit of music, and then it's basically a guy getting on the mic going, hey, he broke his ribs. He was going to tough it out. He's from Tennessee. He really wanted to do this. I'm so sorry. So it was like the guy addressing the crowd after the accident.
So that's actually the...
that's what this audio is.
That's the guitar player from the band who actually filled in on vocals for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
I read the story. I just didn't... the link they had on there was broken.
Okay.
So I wasn't able to actually...
I'll put it in. We can use it if you'd like.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to use it. How much time we got?
We still got plenty of time.
Okay.
All right. All right. 9. There we go. Delete that. So then technically that should be. All right, cool. That is set and ready to go. All right, so once again, play some music here. Talk the Batman and Flash trailers. Marshall posted those on the chat. If you haven't seen them yet, definitely worth checking out. I mean, this, I don't know, they got me excited. Ain't gonna lie. So you can check those out. We'll discuss those in a bit. We'll give you another recap of Torture Tuesday. It's gonna go down tomorrow. We'll tell you what's gonna happen at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. We'll play Wheel of Florida, and then we'll get into Marshall's music news. Yes, got a story about Vince Neil getting hurt on the job. And, of course, Big Money Monday is coming up next. If you haven't sent us a text yet, just need your first name, a number 1 through 9. We'll spin the wheel. Your chance to win some money. Love giving away our boss's money. Not shy about it.
All right. Sorry, I had to get that wheel ready for Wheel of Florida that we're going to do in the top of the 9 o'clock hour. I'm just going to go ahead and just test, make sure we're all good there. Beautiful.
All right. We still got a little bit of time. We were running short this hour, so got Nirvana now. Then we're actually going to get into Hard School, which is new Guns N' Roses. If you haven't heard that yet, it's on the way. Obviously, can't play it on the stream. Our apologies.
All right, guys. Thank you for bearing with me while I was getting the wheels set up. I was going to give it a little test spin here.
There we go. Let's see.
One more test spin.
There we go. Love it.
Cool. All right, so I wrote NF for not Florida and Florida for the other one.
Cool.
Equally dispersed upon the wheel. So we're all set for that.
I like it. All right, so
that was a beautiful spin. Thank you.
So we'll come out of Guns N' Roses Hard School, and we'll obviously talk trailers for Batman and Flash, and then we'll hopefully give away some money with Big Money Monday.
What do you got going on after the show today? Do anything fun?
I don't know yet. I just got some work stuff still to do, some scheduling of some music.
So have you ever had anyone email you off an email from like years ago before? Because that happened to me yesterday.
Really? Not that I can think of.
So I got an email from someone, and like there's email chains where there's like 20, 30 emails on like this huge chain. So I got one, and I looked at it, and I'm like, this person's replying from an email chain from 2019, like July of 2019. And I'm like, this is probably like a, it's not right, and maybe they got hacked or something.
Right.
And they just replied like very nonchalantly, like they just kept the conversation going. It's the same person. And like, oh, hey, we have a couple shows coming up. We want ads to start running as soon as possible. And I'm like, hello. Hope things are well. Haven't talked to you since 2019. I go, that's great. I'll see what I can do for you. So
interesting.
I've been randomly been a sales guy over these last few weeks, and I just got another buy just recently, just last night. So
nice.
That's what I'll be doing after the show today. I have to follow up on that, and then another client of ours. But Marshall, the sales guy, continues. Wild stuff, man.
All right, got about 2:20. Got brand new stuff from Guns N' Roses, Hard School on now. Getting the 9 o'clock hour, last hour of the show. We're here all week this week. I think we're here all week for the next several, right?
Yeah, I don't think we're taking any more time off until...
I've got a Friday off in November.
You're taking the 19th off, which is the Friday previous to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then I think I'm taking the 12th off.
Of November?
Which is Welcome to Rockville weekend. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I had a Welcome to Rockville spot like all set up when it comes to like staying for Welcome to Rockville. And they canceled me like 2 months out, saying they had a family emergency, which obviously makes a whole lot of sense.
They're proactive.
And we have not been able to find another spot. We've looked everywhere. I mean, like we could stay like an hour away.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to stay an hour away, my buddy lives in Jacksonville, and from the Daytona Speedway to my buddy's house on the south side of Jacksonville, it's an hour and 15 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
that's not bad.
So I could stay free there, which you already told me I could stay, or I could try to find a spot. I was hoping to stay close, obviously. And camping would have been fine, but my friends who have a camper available don't have it available that weekend.
Oh, no.
So, like, I don't know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to go down on Sunday for Welcome to Rockville. Mudvayne's playing.
Right.
And, of course, Mudvayne has not done any shows in forever. So, I don't know. We'll see. I was very excited about Welcome to Rockville, and then everything started changing, and COVID and new dates, and I don't know. I'm still excited for it, but now I don't even know. I don't even know what to do with myself.
Yeah, I get that. All right, guys, we'll be right back. How would you like to win $50, maybe even $100 of our boss's money? You still have time to enter. Here in just moments, we're going to select one person to play Big Money Monday. All you've got to do is text us your first name and a number, 1 through 9.
And once you are chosen, we spin you on this big fancy wheel. If your number lands on that ball, you'll win $50. If the number 69 lands, just because we're infants and we laugh at jokes like that, you'll win $100. So it's pretty cool. Our boss's money is up for grabs for you to win with Big Money Monday.
So you still got time to enter. Do it right now. First, though, we got to talk about DC. They dropped a couple trailers over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Their track record since the MCU has really taken off has not been stellar. Lots of misses.
Right.
Even the ones that I think have done well, that people have liked. I struggle with them a little bit. But the trailers we got for The Batman and the new Flash movie both look promising.
And they even showed off a little bit of Black Adam as well.
Yes.
But yes, The Batman featuring Robert Pattinson, This movie looks really fun. It looks really grounded, like in the way the Christian Bale movies did, as him playing Batman. So very exciting stuff. I dropped the links to the trailers, both the ones that we're talking about, into the chat. So if you're watching the live stream today, which you should every day, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, just find the Cotter and Marshall Show. We stream our show every single morning. That film comes out on March 4th of next year. That's way too long, man. I would love to see that movie as soon as possible, but I get it. COVID screwed it up. It was actually supposed to be out this month until they changed things around, but the Batman looks awesome with the Riddler.
I think Robert Pattinson's going to do a great job. He's a fantastic actor, but I will say the emo look, that the shot of him with the hair draping over his eyes, I don't know how much I like that. Hopefully it's...
So you just want Bruce Wayne to have a haircut?
Yeah, just cut his hair. Yeah. Just cut his hair. Don't look like the lead singer for Panic at the Disco. I mean, maybe
he's very popular.
Well, I get that, but I mean, maybe there's reasoning behind it. Maybe it'll fit into the story. But regardless, I think he's going to do a great job. I like the fact that it does feel different than the Batman movies we got previous. So I'm excited about that. But it was the Flash trailer that gave me a big old nerd boner because it was nothing but nostalgia. They didn't even show Michael Keaton's face. Just saw the back of his head, assuming the back of Michael Keaton's head,
right,
as Batman. And I'm like, I don't care about the Flash character at all. I will drop all my money opening weekend to see this.
So that comes out on November 4th. Once again, if you want to see either one of those trailers, just hit up our live stream. We dropped the links there. But the Batman and Flash, both those movies look really good. The Flash movie is supposed to reset the whole DC universe.
Yeah.
Because they realized they messed up real bad, so it's supposed to reset things in such a way that they can actually move forward with a MCU-styled universe after that film. So we'll see if DC can pull it off.
I'll believe it when I see it. All right, it is time for Big Money Monday. We got our boss's money, hopefully, to give away. We couldn't play last Monday because I was out of town, but 2 weeks ago, we gave away $50 of our boss's money. I'm hoping we could do it again today. Today, we are playing for Sybil. Sybil chose the number 3.
Okay, Sybil, here we go. Once again, we do this in a very scientific way. We bought a $16 plastic bingo machine off of Amazon. If your number 3 lands on any one of these balls, or the number 69 hits, you are going to win yourself some cash. Let's see what Sybil is getting today. Cotter.
Yes.
Sybil got the number 36. Tonight, I don't know, probably eating some filet mignon with the $50 she just won from the Cotter and Marshall Show. You're welcome. Oh, I got some more money. Shoot out this gun, Cotter. I'm not done. I did a little premature money simulation. No big deal. Sybil, Cotter, we are 2 for 2. Hold on, there's money on my microphone.
There's money all over the place.
2 for 2. Big Money Monday. 2 almost back-to-back weeks for us, depending on if we're on the air or not. This is very exciting.
Congratulations, Sybil. $50 of our boss's money is now yours. Woo! All right, we're back at it next Monday. Your chance to win 50, maybe even $100 with Big Money Monday. Coming up after 9 o'clock. Tomorrow is Torture Tuesday. Marshall could be facing the most painful Torture Tuesday yet. We'll tell you what's going down in minutes. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
So I got to pick up all of Sybil's money real quick.
All the money.
All right, Sybil. Now, if our boss shows up to work today, I'll be able to go get her gift card. Once again, if you win Big Money Monday, all I do is just mail you. I mail you a $50 Visa gift card. It's simple, it's easy, and it's free money. And Sybil got it. Anyone else on the live stream chose number 3? Do you want to blame Cotter for not choosing you? Please chime in right now.
That's fair.
Did you notice any other 3s while picking Sybil, or was she a unique? Was she a unique snowflake?
There was a 3 there. Lots of 4s. There were 2 other people who selected 3. So my apologies to those.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Sybil.
All right, that's awesome. I love giving away our boss's money. All right, let's see who is calling.
Is that Sybil?
Could be.
Or is it the Green Lantern talk?
Rock 1061, who's this?
Hey, this is Sybil. I just heard that I won $50.
Sybil! Yes, you won $50. Congratulations.
That's awesome. So what do I do?
All right, so here's what you need to do. You have to meet me at Forsyth Park at exactly 3:33 p.m. I'll be wearing a black hoodie. It's going to be up. Now, I'll be in a vehicle, but you have to kind of guess which one. But on the license plate, it has the number 3. Okay, approach the vehicle. Smack the hood once, then walk up to the driver's side window. Knock on it 3 times. You get the theme here? I will roll down the window. Then I will shoot out via the money gun that I currently have in my hand, $50 in $1 bills. What you catch, you can keep. Other than that, the rest of it's mine, and that's how you pick it up. Or, more importantly, I'll call you after the show today. I'll get your address, and I'll mail you a $50 Visa gift card.
Okay, that sounds a lot better.
I mean, does it? I mean, the Forsyth Park sounded pretty cool, right?
I mean, it was pretty cool, but I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
so
me
I think
too,
The
me too.
the easier option would be the second.
Nah, I feel you, Sybil. I feel you.
All right, great.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sybil. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Sybil.
All right.
See ya.
All right. No problem. Bye.
Yeah, I like your way better. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds like way better, right? You just have to guess. There's a 3 on the license plate. All right, Torture Tuesday, Wheel of Florida, and Marshall's Music News kind of wraps it up. We're using the Vince Neil audio you got?
Yeah.
You got it locked and loaded up?
Yep.
All right.
Ready to go.
So we got a lot going on this week, obviously, with the show itself, but we're going to be out broadcasting live, not Rock 106.1, but pretty much the rest of our radio group is going to be out broadcasting live at the Goodwill Grand Opening. They have another Goodwill Grand Opening up in Bluffton this coming Thursday. So we've got stations out there from like 9 a.m. till like 5 p.m. Ridiculous. But I'll be getting everything locked and loaded for the station vehicles and all of our talents coming up here this Thursday.
Cool. That's how that was. Okay. Yep.
Sean says, I got to get another Braves. I think you forgot a word. Maybe while I'm in town, I have lost mine in one of my moves. I'm guessing hat, jersey.
There we go. All right. Stop set and commercials. About ready to wrap that up. We'll get into some music. Top of the hour, Torture Tuesday, all that good stuff.
Oh, my wife got me this shirt showing off the
Oh, shoot. That's awesome. I like that. That's cool.
new fancy shirt. So I celebrated it because I go way and above when it comes to birthdays. I celebrated birthday month for my wife,
Right.
and it was a slog. Jesus Christ, it was a long month of September. Her birthday's on the 30th, so pretty much every weekend I got her a different present. And then the week of her birthday was on a Thursday this year. I got her like a different present every single day. She got cake and all that nonsense that,
Right.
you do for people.
All that birthday stuff.
So birthday month, I guess, just kicked off for me yesterday. My wife gave me this shirt, and then there's actually kind of not exactly the same, but like a matching like flag. So I've had this like flagpole holder
Okay.
on the front of my house, like in between the garage
Yeah.
doors for years.
Never
and
had
I
a
was
flag?
I never even thought about putting anything there. And then my wife asked me what I wanted for my birthday or Christmas this year. I'm like, that thing's been sitting there doing nothing. I go, let's throw up something. I go, it could be Church of Satan, Chicago Bears. I go, I don't give a crap what it is. Just I want to put up a flag of something. So I got like a Mexican sugar skull Chicago Bears flag, and then this is kind of the matching shirt to it. But
you're now a flag guy.
I'm now a flag guy. Yeah, I'm a big time flag guy. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is like this isn't like an official Bears shirt, obviously, because that's not like the official Bears logo or anything.
Yeah.
This is like one of those
knockoff
brand things, but super cool. Yeah, going back to those DC movies, man, the Batman trailer looked really cool.
Yeah.
I really like the vibe of it. It's got like a, you're kind of right. Batman has kind of an emo feel to him. Very angry. He's a very angry Batman. But he's supposed to be like, his Batman is supposed to be very early on in the process of being Batman. It's not, he's already begun Batman, so it's not going to be like a rehash of Batman Begins.
Yeah, don't need that.
It's like a couple years in Batman. So we're getting that kind of story. And I think we're getting multiple villains. Catwoman's in it. Zoe Kravitz is playing Catwoman. Yep. She looks incredible.
Yep. Riddler's in it. Penguin's in it.
Paul Dano is playing the Riddler.
Yeah.
The Penguin's in it. I think Colin Farrell is actually in a fat suit playing the Penguin.
Yep.
And I bet you we see another couple villains from it.
What the Flash trailer, it had two teases about Michael Keaton's Batman. You know, they showed like the back of his head in the mask, and then they ask him if he's in. Then the very end of the trailer looks to be under a tarp, Michael Keaton's Batmobile, which is still one of my favorites.
Yeah, so he like pulls the tarp off, it goes black, and it's just him screaming "Holy yes!" So
they better show it, man. Better show it.
Oh, they will. They will.
Big case of nerdy blue balls, if not.
So, I mean, that movie, so the director of the film, who is the same guy who directed It Part 1 and 2, he actually just announced yesterday that they have wrapped production on the film.
Oh,
so the film is officially done filming. Now they're in post, so they're going to be doing all the fancy things to it, editing, adding music, special effects.
I'll be right back. We still have a few minutes.
Okay. Well, I guess it helps if I turn the camera on. They should have just put Danny DeVito as the Penguin again. That would be kind of cool. He's much older. I don't think he's got the mobility that he once had, although the Penguin doesn't exactly have a lot of mobility. Yeah, but I had a great weekend. Went to watched Halloween Kills on Friday night. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like the greatest Halloween film. I thought the first Halloween film that came out a couple years ago was much better than Halloween Kills. Seemed like a lot of filler. It seemed like this was just the filler film to get to that third movie, which really should have just been the second film that actually has some more interesting stuff happening into it. So it's definitely worth watching, especially if you have Peacock. It's $5 a month, so you just pay $5 for 1 month of Peacock, or probably get a month free, depending on if you could find a deal or not, and check out Halloween Kills instead of going to have to check it out inside of a movie theater. I did that on Friday. Saturday, I was out broadcasting live with our sister station, Bob 106.9, for the Hardyville Festival in Maine. It was awesome to go out there, but it was just so hot, like drained me for the rest of the day. Like I went home and drank one beer and passed out on the couch by like 11 o'clock. Old man Marshall struck again. Then yesterday, I was super productive. I got a bunch of stuff done at the house, installed a new router modem, which took way too long. Thanks, Xfinity. And to install and get it set up and everything, and carved a pumpkin, did all the very manly stuff I do on a Sunday. So had a pretty busy weekend. Watched some Midnight Mass, which is that new show on Netflix. Well worth it. Make sure to check out that when you have a moment. I watched the first 3 episodes. It's only a 7-episode series, which I really do appreciate. Not every series has to be 10 episodes. That's kind of what I did. That's kind of what I did this weekend. I went car shopping with my wife too. Spent way too much time Friday. I think I put in like almost an 8-hour day of looking for cars, and then Saturday I added in an extra 2 or 3 hours, and that doesn't include all the time that we were just on. Online, like looking for different cars. speaking of, a car guy just texted me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had one of so years ago, the red car, the infamous red car that I had. When I went looking, when I bought that one of the places I went to prior to buying that, we test drove like 2 cars, just 2. It was like, all right, that's not bad. It's not bad. So then we drop it off. We're looking around some more. The guy who was helping us comes back out and he's like, look, man, we just can't have you test driving a bunch of cars. It's just my boss is just like, you're going to have to, unless you're serious about this, we can't you just can't keep test driving cars. I went, okay, see you later. I mean, it was the weirdest, and it's like, it was a weird pressure technique. It's like, I don't know, trying to pressure me into pick one. I'm like, why that angle?
Yeah.
I don't know, that seemed very, very weird.
Yeah, of course I went to a bunch of different dealerships and test drove a bunch of different cars, but we had I got sales guide bossed a couple times.
Okay.
So I got sales guy, super cool, and he's like, all right. And they'll walk away like, all right, I'm just going to go check on one last thing and I'll be right back. And then their boss comes over. I'm like, Christ. All right. And it's like, and it's so silly. People are trying to get us to like put deposits down on cars and stuff. Like, all right, so $500 if you want this car. That's kind of like coming in. And we're like, no, I don't even know if I want the car. Like the brand of car I know I like, but I'm just going to put $500 down on a car I don't know. And they're like, well, technically, legally, we can't keep it if you don't buy the car. I'm like, but you literally just said it's non-refundable. So, like, which one is it? They're like, the salesman told me it was non-refundable. The boss is like, actually, we can't keep that money unless you buy the vehicle. And that money just goes towards the vehicle.
Right.
I'm like, right, because that would be like, I don't know, stealing.
Yeah, it's all shady.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple places that I went that I'm like, I would never come buy a car here. And there's a couple others that it's so weird because there's not a lot of inventory out there.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of people who are trying to sell cars, if that makes sense. Like we came on the lot, we would ask a couple questions, and there was a couple guys who were like, okay, perfect. What about this car? What about this car? And there's other guys who are like, yeah, we don't have it. I'm like, is that the period into your statement? Because I'm going to walk away. You could try to show me anything else. Nope. I'm like, bye. See you later.
And I mean, that was the deal. The guy that we dealt with. We went to the used Nissan place up the road. I mean, the guy and we went there looking at a specific one we found online. Didn't like it, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I got other things that are better." And we ended up buying from him because it was the one that he got the Escape from, and I effing love it, So, because the guy we went to previous was kind of the same way with that. We test drove one, and it's like, anything else? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think and I get it, like there's a weird like shortage going on right now where they're only getting a certain amount of cars in. Everyone's in the same pot where they realize that used cars, they jack the prices up because there's no new cars. So they're trying to make their nut because they don't have the inventory. So yeah, it's a crazy world if you're trying to go out there and buy a vehicle right now. It's just one of those things where, like, I'm not a car guy, so it's not like I'm going to get a new car like every 4 years or anything. I'm not a guy who likes to have a car payment.
Yeah. No.
So I like to be without a car payment for as long as possible. So I'm currently driving a crappy Elantra. I would like to own a truck. So I want to pay. I'm currently like $2,000 away from finishing off my Elantra. I want to keep that, and then I would like to buy a truck in the future.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'll take a couple years off from having a car payment, and I'll eventually like go buy a truck. But and I'll just be a 3-car guy, which I'll use the Elantra for road trips, and then I'll keep the other 2 vehicles for whatever we want to do. But Jesus.
All right, we got about 90 seconds.
Liquid says, the guy who sold me my 4Runner wasn't bad. Yeah, I mean, like, we could even find, like, there was, like, no 4Runners. There was no RAV4s. There was, like, a lot of places just didn't have any inventory. And then trying to make me put $500 down. Come on.
All right, under a minute. Talk about Torch Tuesday.
So I highly recommend not to buy a new car or a car at all at this very moment.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're looking for, actually. I'll use that caveat. Depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a used vehicle, there are Tons of them.
Yeah.
Sean says, come by up here. We have plenty of stock. Yeah, I looked around in other markets, too.
Yeah.
I looked around in Jacksonville and Atlanta and a few other spots, and Brunswick even. And
my brother-in-law flew from Illinois to New Mexico to buy a car. The deal was just so insane.
Yeah.
And just drove it back. All right, guys, be right back. Tomorrow, Marshall could face the most painful torture Tuesday ever. Details coming up. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. If you haven't joined the Horde yet, do so. And watch the show every morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch while you're hanging out. Like, follow, and subscribe. Tomorrow, always a good first day to jump on the stream because it is Torture Tuesday. And Marshall, it could be the most painful Torture Tuesday ever.
I've never put my hand in a mousetrap before, but tomorrow will definitely be the first day of the rest of my life when it comes to that pain because, yeah, we're doing the Box of Mysteries mousetrap. Now, I don't really know why we need to have the Box of Mysteries for this one.
It's cool.
It would make it look a little bit more dramatic because I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's going to be a mousetrap that is getting snapped on my hand.
So basically what's going to happen, top of the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow, I'm going to have 5 trivia questions that are mouse-related.
Mm-hmm.
They could be scientific questions, actually about mice.
Right.
They could be about mice and pop culture.
Of course. Large amount. Pizza rat.
There you go.
Or mouse. Whatever.
You get it right, pass. You're
Okay.
safe. Get it wrong, you're going to spin the wheel. On that wheel will be different numbers. That will determine how many mousetraps are in the Box of Mysteries.
Oh, this is going to suck. This is going to suck, but I signed up for it when I was paid $1,500 per show to do this morning show.
So we've got straight up Victor mousetraps, the creme de la creme.
That's right.
Of the mousetrap
Top of
world.
the market. You probably spent hundreds of cents.
Easily.
Yes, easily. Yes.
Hundreds of cents. So tomorrow, Torture Tuesday is going down. Once again, Box of Mysteries, Mousetrap Edition. Most painful Torture Tuesday ever. Don't miss it. The top of the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow. Coming up next, though, Marshall, we are going to play the Wheel of Florida. We'll see how the wheel does coming up after Ayron Jones. This is Supercharged. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Got it. Going to use the real wheel this time,
I know.
too.
It's exciting.
Florida.
We got some good stories, too. I'm very, very proud of these stories.
You found these over the weekend?
I did.
Well, after Wheel of Florida, we'll jump into Marshall's Music News, and we'll call it a wrap on the day. We'll let you guys loose into the rest of your day. Liquid says, I see broken fingers in Marshall's future. Hopefully not. I've got some Metroid Dread to play.
Are you going Motley Crue first?
Yeah, we'll run with the Vince Neil story. So I'm going to go ahead and not use that quote because you're going to play audio from it. I'll play that. Okay. Yeah, I'm good on that. So what I'll do is I'll talk about him falling off stage, the day it happened, where it happened, and then get into some exacts. Like he tumbled 4 feet onto the cement.
Okay.
And then when I talk about Jeff Blando taking lead vocals, that's where you'll play the audio. So when I say Jeff Blando, the ridiculous name, just know to play the audio at that point.
Jeff Blando.
Mike was just talking about car salespeople, I think. He goes, with those type of people, you need to tell them to go outside and play hide and go fuck themselves. Yeah, man. No, I did talk to some really great people outside of the guy that was telling me all about my radio station. You guys used to be like more metal.
No, I don't think
We play a metal show on Saturday nights. Full Metal Jackie, 8 to 10. Sorry, 10 to midnight. Great show. Yeah, it's not that. Okay. All right, pal. So Christmas is in full effect everywhere, Cotter.
Yes.
If you go to, you're starting to see some in Walmart, but if you go to Home Depot and Lowe's, I mean, they are Christmas the F out. I'm talking Christmas trees, blow-ups. I mean, like, they just forgot Halloween was happening, and they went straight to Christmas. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen them go this early. Like, it's kind of crazy. This was like a week ago.
Yeah,
so,
it's a little early.
Like 1 week in October, and we're already at Christmas.
Okay. We got about 5 seconds. Be right back. All right, guys, it is time to play Wheel of Florida. I got 3 stories, stupid criminals. Did they happen in Florida? Didn't they happen in Florida? I don't know. That is up for the wheel to decide. So, Marshall, are you ready for story number 1?
Let's hear story number 1, Cotter.
Okay, here we go. A guy named Candy Franklin.
Candy Franklin?
Candy Franklin.
Is he a stripper? She a stripper?
I don't know.
Both genders, maybe?
Went to a Waffle House on Wednesday.
What time?
It's not clear. Doesn't say.
Okay.
It's not clear if he'd been drinking or not. But, here we go. It was 1 in the morning.
Okay, yeah, I know where this is going.
So right when all the drunk people come in. Anyway, his order included some eggs with cheese, but they forgot them. So he complained. Then, when they did finally bring the eggs, they didn't have any cheese. So he complained again. He eventually did get the cheesy eggs he ordered, but when he was checking to make sure they were right, he saw people running out of the restaurant, and when he looked up, his waitress had a gun.
They got my cheese eggs wrong. It all was just a normal dispute over food. I would never in a million years think that it'd come to gun violence. Like I said, I'm looking down at my food, trying to make sure it's right. And I see people just running, So that's when I look up, and she had the gun at me like this. Then I was like, you tripping, you ain't finna do nothing. And she caught it back. So I'm like, well, maybe she is finna do something. She was like, she'll blow my brains out. I was fearing for my life, because like I said, I had been shot before, and I just lost a brother to gun violence.
So,
oh my God,
he's standing there in a Waffle House complaining about them getting his order wrong, and the waitress pulls the gun.
That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Cotter, this is the Wheel of Florida. I personally would, of course, I would say a Florida on this. But it's not up to me. It's up to the wheel. If you're watching the live stream, we do have a wheel. It says Florida, and then it says NF, standing for not Florida.
Right.
Cotter, can we spin this wheel? Is there any more to the story? Am I missing it?
Shots were not fired. No one got hurt.
Okay.
She's now facing charges, though, for aggravated assault.
But still working at Waffle House. They need someone to make those waffles. They're delicious. Just don't ask for cheese. All right, Cotter, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. All right, let's see what the wheel says. The wheel says Florida.
Wrong again.
No.
Unfortunately, this took place.
Don't say Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Come on. Atlanta, we're better than that.
Are we, though?
No.
All right, here we go. Story number 2. Got a love story for story number 2. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to work out, mostly because one of the people involved does not exist.
Oh.
A 43-year-old man named Matthew Hubbard got arrested for trying to break into someone's truck outside of Walmart on Tuesday. He told cops he was looking for stuff to steal because he needed money to see his imaginary girlfriend again.
Like he straight up said, I have an imaginary girlfriend?
Yep. There's more. The girlfriend's name is Emma, and he only sees her when he's on meth. Yes. So he's looking for stuff to steal so he can sell it and use the money to buy more drugs.
I love that.
He's been charged with a felony charge for burglary, plus any other charge for carrying a concealed weapon while committing a crime. He had a knife on him.
Just a knife? Okay.
Yeah, just a knife.
Just a little stabby, yeah.
But there you go, Matthew Hubbard looking for meth because it's the only way he could see his imaginary girlfriend.
What do you think the opening line to his girlfriend was? Like, nice to Matthew? I'm Matthew or whatever my name is. All right, this is interesting.
Do it.
All right, let's spin the wheel. Let's see if this is Florida or not Florida with the Wheel of Florida. Cotter, this was definitely, according to the wheel, in Florida.
That is correct.
Vero Beach, Florida, to be exact.
Wow. Imaginary girlfriend can only be seen by the magic power of meth.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes.
Incredible.
All right, one more story to go for Wheel of Florida. 3 carjackers attempted to steal a car on Tuesday. The first interesting decision they made was attempting the theft outside of the gym. One of the thieves was able to get the keys from the owner, but the owner was trained in mixed martial arts.
Yes.
And he fought back.
And he won, right?
The guy who grabbed the keys got inside the car, but he couldn't do anything because it was a manual transmission and he didn't know how to drive a stick.
Damn millennials.
So all 3 carjackers retreated to their own car and drove off. It wasn't long before the police were on the tail. They decided to lead the cops on a high-speed chase. Eventually, they pulled off and ran into the woods. The cops caught up with them. They yelled at the guys to stop or they'd unleash the canine unit. 2 guys gave themselves up, but the third ran. He didn't make it more than 50 yards before the dog drug him down.
They got superior closing speed, unlike every single defender of the Atlanta Falcons. This is interesting, Cotter, this Wheel of Florida story. I personally think it's not Florida.
Okay.
But let's see what the wheel says, because it's not up to me. Let's go ahead and give it a spin. All right, Wheel of Florida is 1 for 2 right now. Let's see if we can come out. It says not Florida.
Nice.
That is correct.
Virginia. Happened in Virginia.
All right. Congratulations. Wheel of Florida still doing very, very well. It has not had a bad day in quite some time.
All right. Coming up next, we've got Marshall's music news. Story number 1 involves Vince Neil and broken ribs. Stick around. Cotter and Marshall. Rock 106.1. Okay.
Imaginary girlfriend. Nice to meet you. Beautiful. And they say love doesn't exist. I love the guy who was probably like you said, crazy serious about his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I mean, so serious. I mean, he knew she was fake. Knew he only saw her on meth. He wasn't pretending to be something he's not. He's a druggie.
It seems like a weird thing to admit to the police, but I guess
right away, right?
Yeah.
I need meth. That sucked. All right. Is A-Dub here?
I have not seen Ayron, no.
Tony Bennett set another Guinness World Record.
Oh, thank God. I was waiting for you to say he died.
No, not yet. The performer released Love for Sale on October 1st. At 95 and 60 days, the release makes him the oldest person to release an album of new material.
Okay. Good old Tony Bennett, 95 years old.
Yeah.
Now, Frank Sinatra, how long did he live for? He lived quite old, didn't he? But obviously not 95, but...
let's see how old he was.
I feel like Frank Sinatra was quite old and still doing music, right?
And
who is the longest living member of the Rat Pack? It was Sammy Davis, right?
That's a good question. Frank Sinatra was 83 or 82. He died prior to his birthday, so 82 years old.
Yeah, he lived quite long.
Yeah,
because I remember what's the other one? Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra, Dean
Martin.
Dean Martin died relatively young, I want to say. How do you not know about this?
Yeah, sorry. How do you not know more about the Rat Pack? He died at the age of 78 in 1995. Sinatra died in 1998. I want to say he died on like the night of the Seinfeld finale or something. There was something going on the night he passed away. How long is Sandy?
Juana says a relative of mine was so methed out they called the cops because kids were hiding the keys and hiding in the walls. They wouldn't shut up. Ooh.
Damn. Sammy Davis was 64 when he passed away.
I thought Sammy Davis. I thought he lived the longest.
No,
I thought it was way off.
Passed away in 1990. And then there was Joey Bishop. I think is the one that lived the longest. He was like the least well known of the Rat Pack. Yeah, he died in 2007 at 89. So Joey Bishop is the one that lived the longest.
Oh my gosh, Halloween Kills made $50 million this weekend. Although available on Peacock, it still made $50 million.
That's impressive. And did you see that the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie tanked horribly?
Oh, The Last Duel?
It looks so bad.
Actually, I thought it looked pretty good.
Really?
I think it got good reviews, didn't it?
I don't remember. It did not do well.
Quick review on Lock and Key Season 2, which comes out this coming Friday. Lock and Key Season 2 fixes some of the issues with Season 1 while delivering a rushed and unbaked ending.
Oh.
Gave it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 ain't horrible. It's like the number sounds good, but then you hear what they have to say, and you're like, okay, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, so once again, I saw Halloween Kills over the weekend, watched it on Peacock. It was available there, and it made $50 million in theaters.
That's impressive.
And also secured the record for the highest grossing opening weekend for a streaming day and date premiere. The best record of in-home and theater premiere before that was $31 million with Godzilla vs. Kong. I still want to go see the new James Bond flick. There's that and the new Venom film I still haven't seen.
How'd the James Bond movie do in the theater?
I think it's doing okay. I think it's like close to making $100 million domestically. Overseas, It's raking it in. It's doing really well.
All right, we've got about 20 seconds left in commercials. Going to get into Metallica, King Nothing, and then we'll dive into Marshall's music news.
Quick story here, Cotter.
Yeah.
A woman in Canada was allegedly woken up by a meteorite crashing through her roof and landing on her bed while she was asleep.
What?
66-year-old Ruth Hamilton was sound asleep in her home in British Columbia when she was abruptly woken up by something she later discovered to be out of this world, as a rock came plummeting through her roof and landed directly between the two pillows on her bed, where she has been led at the time of the explosion. I'm guessing where she was at. Fortunately, Hamilton didn't appear to sustain any injuries from the incident, though the report notes that her face was left covered in drywall debris after the 2.8-pound hurtling rock fell through her roof. This happened on October 3rd. She immediately called emergency services, and the police subsequently arrived at her home. They found the rock. According to Professor Brown, these people likely witnessed the onset of a very rare event, as the odds of a meteorite making such an intrusion in someone's home is about 1 in 100 billion.
Jesus.
Not only that, she lived, and it landed probably within like 2 feet of her. Jesus Christ.
I was going to say it was what, just under 3 pounds?
Yeah.
So not heavy, but you would think, I mean, if it like clunked her in the head, right? She'd die?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was going like 1 billion miles an hour.
All right. Got about 4 minutes?
Liquid says Venom sucked. Oh, really? Oh, that sucks. I don't know. I kind of want to see Venom, though. I don't know when it comes out. Let me see when Venom 2 comes out on video, as the old people say. Well, it looks like it's definitely illegally online.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Yeah, I never saw the first one. No rush to see that one. Watch the Halloween movie sometime this week. And then I think for Ghostbusters, it won't be opening weekend because we'll be in Disney, but that's a theater one for me.
Venom sucked. Liquid says, did you like the first one? The first one was okay, man. It was fun. It was stupid, silly fun. It would be kind of cool to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man kind of interact with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know. The thing with James Bond, though, is the movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. It's so long to see in theaters. I may just skip out on those films. And I definitely want to watch Dune. I mean, Dune seems like a really cool film to check out. That's coming out on HBO Max this coming Friday.
Yeah.
I've been looking into getting I want to upgrade my sound bar. So the sound bar that I have, I bought when I first moved here 7 years ago. And it's been good, but I want to get like kind of more of a surround sound experience.
Yeah.
So I've been looking into doing one of those sound bars that you can like connect speakers to.
Yeah, those are cool.
The thing is if you want one that's like completely wireless, they're aggressively expensive.
Yeah.
Like you can get like a Sonos package where they have like all you need is a power supply and they can all connect. But
my uncle's got a Sonos package in his house, and I mean it's
super cool.
It's cool because I mean he's got it. I don't know if it's hooked up to his TV. He uses it for music, but it's in every like upstairs, downstairs, the garage, every room. And I looked into it because I'm like, this is awesome because he can just control it all by his phone.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's stupid expensive.
Yeah, like if you want a sound bar, like you could buy a sound bar, subwoofer, and like 2 side speaker package, but it's like $1,500.
Yeah.
So like you have to be really, really into that specific brand. Yeah. I was thinking about just buying like a full like audio setup, and then I have to buy like a receiver, and then I would have to run like speaker wire throughout my house. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave it on the ground. The dogs will trip on it and yank my speakers down or something. So I don't know what to do.
All right, under a minute.
But I'm heavily considering, depending on how quick I pay my car off, and spending a crap ton of money on a new speaker system for my living room. I'm in my living room the most out of any room outside of sleeping in my bedroom. So I'm like, I'm fine with spending money in there.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the sound bar for Christmas the year we moved into the house. I like ours. I mean, it doesn't. It's not one of those total surround sound sort of things, but it gets.
Do you have a bar and a subwoofer?
Yeah.
What brand is it?
I don't remember. I'll let you know. All right, guys, 10 seconds. Be right back. It is time to get into some Marshall's music news. Here is story number 1.
So over the weekend, actually on Friday, Motley Crue singer Vince Neil was injured when he fell off the stage during his solo performance at the Monsters on the Mountain Festival in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Now, according to the band, he broke ribs in the fall. Now, I haven't seen footage of this, but I can only imagine it's hilarious. And I feel bad for saying that, sort of, but the moment I watch it, which I'm going to here after the show, I am going to be laughing hysterically because watching big fat Vince Neil fall off the stage, it's got to be funny. It's got to be hilarious. Well, apparently he was transported to the hospital after making a tumble to the 4 feet ground, which was cement that he fell on. Now, once again, he broke some ribs, and we do have some audio from a band member here.
The truth is Vince fell and broke ribs when he fell. He can't breathe, and he's going to get dealt with medically. Now that sucks for us and him. He was so excited to be here. He lives in Tennessee, but he was willing to stick it out, tough it up when there are people back here telling him don't do it. Let's have one good round of applause, please, for this guy that's tough it out.
So that was the bassist Dana Strum of Vince's solo band. But I like how he just said, let's just give him one round of applause. That's a one congratulatory, thanks for only breaking 4 ribs, fall off the stage round of applause. So hopefully Vince is able to recover from that rib injury very soon and hopefully get himself set because he's got a huge Motley Crue stadium tour that's been delayed for 2 years now that is going to kick off next summer.
All right, we got more of Marshall's music news coming up. Let's do some Crue. It's Kickstart My Heart. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Let's give him one good round of applause. That's kind of all he needs. He's kind of a dick. We don't like him. All right, guys. Coming up next, going to talk about Judas Priest frontman Rob Halford. He actually went through a cancer scare and treatment during the pandemic, and we'll give you some details on that. He was talking about it in an interview, and it was very nonchalant. He's like, yeah, I had cancer like the last year. No big deal.
Yeah.
Like he's already bald, so I guess no one asked. You mind throwing this on the wheel so we don't lose it?
Yeah. So Mac's not tomorrow. Mac is Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll run Mac with Chicks on Dudes. We'll get it back to its regular day of Wednesday. And then tomorrow we'll have Torture Tuesday and
Quizzed.
And Quiz in the Face. I just need to get ahead on Quiz in the Faces. I'm way ahead on trivia. I just need to get some Quiz in the Faces done. But I do have one more round of Quiz in the Face. Remember the Jeopardy rock band stuff I did?
Yeah.
I've got one more quiz of that, but I don't want to rely on that. I'm going to work towards doing an audio version this week. I just don't know what it's going to be.
That's cool.
Just, the figuring out and execution part, all the legwork part. Yeah, just got to do that part.
All right, got about 3 minutes left in the Motley Crue song.
Oh, I was talking about Christmas a little bit before, so obviously every store is now getting Christmas-fied right now. I actually had someone over the weekend, once again, looking for a car. They always ask, what do you do? I work at the radio station. What radio station? These radio stations. Oh, okay, cool. There's Rewind 107.9, which is our sister station.
Yeah.
They play like classic hits. They play like early 90s, kind of like rocky poppy stuff and 80s stuff, like rock pop, Madonna and all that stuff. Are they going to do Christmas music again? They were really looking forward to Christmas. They go, that's not confirmed. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe Christmas music will be returning to Rewind 107.9. They were very excited about that.
I can confirm Christmas music will be returning.
Only when it's interrupted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Speaking of, I was listening to the coaches show yesterday.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, the pre-show, the pregame, because the Jags played in London yesterday, like at 9:30.
Yeah.
I got in my car extra early yesterday morning, and yesterday morning was just one of those, I want a breakfast sandwich. So I just ran over to McDonald's and grabbed one. I was listening to Rewind, and the coaches show or whatever it's called, pre-gaming it. And congrats to the Jags, first win of the season yesterday. Their kicker made 2 50-yard field goals in like the last 3 minutes of the game to secure the win.
Stud.
Which wasn't even their original kicker to start off the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like on injured reserve, or they benched him or something.
Ooh.
Apparently he was not very good. Oh, fun fact, the first field goal of the year that they ever made was yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
The Jags took till week 6 to make their first field goal of the year. Not a point after, but like a straight up field goal was yesterday. I found out that stat this morning when I was driving in.
Urban Meyer's just driving to the office every day, just fucking drinking booze. I'm getting through this just because I'm drunk, guys.
Yep.
Under a minute.
He rubbed one pretty girl's gooch, and then he suddenly winning games. I mean, prove it didn't help.
It's a lucky gooch.
Prove it didn't help.
It's a lucky.
Yeah. Bring her in.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, I feel like Urban Meyer, I think he's, I don't know, I'm guessing he's Catholic or something. According to his religion, probably can't divorce his wife. But you know what? Get another. Marry that girl that you had your thumb up her butt, and then bring her in. Maybe she's the good luck charm.
All right, 25 seconds.
Jags are back, baby. Jags are back.
All right, guys, be right back. Let's get to it. Story number 2, Marshall's Music News.
In a recent interview, Judas Priest frontman Rob Halford stated, I had my little cancer battle a year ago, which I got through, and that's in remission now. Thank God. Like, he just kind of like just dropped a little nugget out there, just like expecting us not to ask any further questions. He went on to say that he felt a combination of shock, horror, and oddly relief. At least he knew that he had prostate cancer. He goes, am I going to die? And his doctor was like, no, you're not going to die, Rob. He underwent a prostatectomy. That's a word?
You remove your prostate?
I guess so. Surgery in July of 2020 to remove the cancer rather than radiation therapy. After going the surgery, more cancer was discovered earlier this year. Halford stated that he went through radiation treatments in April and May, getting an all clear from his doctors just this past June that he actually had like cancer twice, prostate, and he had like a tumor on his appendix as well.
Damn.
So there you go, Rob Halford. You cannot kill this man. He will live forever. Fun fact.
And coming up next, one more story to go. Plus, we'll hit you up one more time about details about tomorrow's Torture Tuesday. It is Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
I think we found another word that Mac doesn't like. She goes, not a gooch. I mean, he had his hand somewhere in there. It was like, I don't know. He had a good 4 fingers somewhere. The thumb, also somewhere. I don't know. His whole hand was gone. All right, one more quick story. We'll talk about Ozzy celebrating a 20th anniversary of another album of his called Down to Earth. He's releasing some rare tracks on that specific edition, and I'll give you the details on that coming up here in a bit.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so tomorrow's Torture Tuesday, guys. Not really looking forward to it as I'm the one who's doing it this time. We did a Torture Tuesday about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago tomorrow, Cotter faced the Fart Launcher 3000.
Still.
He had a great day doing the Fart Launcher 3000. So now it's my turn doing the Box of Mysteries Mousetrap Edition. So I'll be doing some mouse trivia tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I get the answer right, I will not have to stick my hand in the Box of Mysteries. If I get the answer wrong, which I'm guessing I'll probably getting most of them wrong, so it turns out my knowledge base of mice in general, not fairly large, I don't think. I mean, I don't think I know quite a bit about it all.
I'm not going to be a complete and total dick about it. It's not like I'm going to just open up a science journal on mice and be,
Dude, do it. You have my permission. Do not hold back.
All right.
It'd be more impressive if I get one right then.
That's true. You earned it.
Yeah. No, but we'll be doing that. So if I get the trivia question wrong, then I will spin the wheel. The wheel will have all sorts of different numbers on it, and that will be the amount of mouse traps that will be inside the Box of Mysteries. Now, fun fact, have you set a mouse trap before?
It's been a long time.
So they're very unstable.
Oh, I know.
And they also set off the other ones.
Oh, I know.
So I would set them up and not put them in the box until needed. So just a quick heads up.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And I would set them up in different, I would use the back table to your convenience.
Right.
I would set them up apart from one another.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. How many times do I get zapped with it just trying to move it to where it's ready for you?
Mm-hmm. Don't let that mousetrap beat you.
It's going to.
So you bought 14 of them?
Yeah, I think there's like 14 in there. See, I'm going to have to mess with that.
So that'll be tomorrow at 8 a.m. we're doing it?
Yep,
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, and then we'll do Quiz in the Face, probably 9 o'clock hour, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
That's where you want to put it?
Somewhere.
Do you have any restrictions this week if I'm able to pull off a Zoom call with Ayron Jones?
I don't believe so.
Outside of your regular Wednesday, you have a couple meetings that you have generally on Wednesday?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm okay. I'm waiting to hear somebody's supposed to come in for a PSA thing, but I have not heard when they're coming in.
Okay.
Mia is back at work.
Yeah, I saw her on Friday.
Yep, so I will not have to do Latin lunch, so that's taken care of. So yes, but yeah, I don't know what time the person's coming in to record the PSA stuff. I'm still waiting to hear, but that's all I would have.
All right. Yeah, I got some stuff to do on, obviously on the show side for today, but also on the non-show side. I got to definitely make sure the vehicles are filled up for all of our events this coming Thursday.
Right.
Make sure they're in somewhat running order to get over to Bluffton and back, as they sometimes not like to be.
Yeah, I get that.
And then, yeah, just mostly getting everything else set up. I think this weekend. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, we have a big Thursday. We're out at the Goodwill grand opening in Bluffton, and then a couple of our other sister stations, Hot 98.3 and G100, are going to be at the Trunk or Treat event on Habersham, the YMCA over there.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And then we have one other event happening this coming Saturday. Hot 98.3 is going to be at BioLife Plasma Services. Loads of people trying to donate plasma nowadays.
Make a few extra bucks.
Make a few extra bucks. So we've been out there a couple times already. So our sister station, Hot 98.3, is going to be out there this Saturday. So just a lot of making sure we're set, locked, and loaded for the week on top of the other duties that I got going on this week.
All right, got just over 3 minutes. New Pop Evil tune is Survivor. Then the final break of the show.
Someone is really aggressively loading our little refrigerator out there. Or unloading it and stealing it. I don't know. Anyone has access to this building, apparently.
That is true. A-dub.
Oh. Max says, I forgot my Halloween wreath in the truck yesterday in case you'd take Bob truck before I get to work. No, not taking the Bob truck today. But I'm glad you got a Halloween wreath. I am currently the only house on my block that put up Halloween decorations this year.
I haven't seen any in my neighborhood.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I've never really had any Halloween decorations, so it's not something we've done.
We just drove through Hardyville. Hardyville had a ton.
Really?
Yeah, I was just driving, and I was taking like these weird back roads to get to the City Hall in Hardyville. And the people of Hardyville, they love Halloween.
Nice.
Where like the two fireworks stores are, they're like back to back. Like it's like a mile off City Hall of Hardyville.
Okay.
It's off the backside of those firework places. And there's a bunch of people who had Halloween decorations up. The fine city and folks of Hardyville know what it's about when it comes to Halloween. I guess there isn't too many horror films that are based in, like, I guess the Southeast is there. Like, if you think about the big ones, like Michael Myers from Haddonfield, Illinois.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nightmare on Elm Street's Ohio.
Is it Ohio?
Yeah, initially.
Yep. All right, so Ohio. Where else? Jason? Where's Jason from?
Camp Crystal Lake.
Is that Illinois, too?
Is it Illinois or New York? I don't know, but yeah, that's I don't remember where Camp Crystal Lake is theoretically set.
New Jersey.
Okay.
It's located in Crystal Lake, Cunningham County, New Jersey.
Aaron Rodgers briefly listed as Chicago Bears owner in Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, they did that yesterday.
Sorry,
they literally do that every time Aaron Rodgers beats the Bears.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's just funnier now after his comments.
Texas for Leatherface. Yep. Who else are we missing? Let's go even campier. Where's Beetlejuice?
Oh, that's New England area, isn't it?
Connecticut.
Yeah. All right, guys, be right back. All right, before we get out of here, Marshall's Music News story number 3.
Ozzy Osbourne is celebrating all sorts of anniversaries with, well, his plethora of albums, but currently he is celebrating the 20th anniversary of Down to Earth by releasing 3 rare tracks on a special edition version of this classic Ozzy solo album. Now, Down to Earth originally came out October 16th of 2001 and featured guest spots from Zakk Wylde and Robert Trujillo. The album was Ozzy's 8th solo effort. It went gold in 2001, platinum in 2003, and reached number 4 on the Billboard Top 200 chart. Now, the rare tunes are No Place for Angels, an acoustic Dreamer, and a single version of Gets Me Through. All 3 were previously unavailable to stream, but now they're a part of the expanded edition of Down to Earth, which is available on all digital platforms as of right now.
Nice. All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, Marshall will get quizzed in the face, and that's going to be the easiest part of his day.
Yep.
It's also Torture Tuesday. It is Box of Mysteries Mousetrap Edition, top of the 8 o'clock hour. Marshall's going to be facing trivia questions about mice, 5 of them. If you get it right, you get a free pass. You get it wrong, you'll spin the wheel. On that wheel will be numbers, determining how many mousetraps will be in the Box of Mysteries that you have to reach your hand into.
Cotter, you're not going to believe this. I don't know much about mice. Don't think I have a good, knowledge base of mice or mice-related things in my life. So it's going to turn out bad for me tomorrow.
I can't wait. Torture Tuesday tomorrow, top of the 8 o'clock hour. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream as always. We appreciate it. Talk to you tomorrow. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, Stream Peeps, thanks for hanging out today. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Don't forget, Torch Tuesday, 8 o'clock. We'll do Quiz in the Face at 9 and all sorts of, other jargon in between.